recording.
Placeholder.
Yep.
Fill it up.
I watched
Nah, we ain't talking. No, what you talking for? We ain't done it yet.
uh
I'm the A Mike, Nate, and it's Ian, Doctor Ego Trip. Damn, why people so disrespectful these days?
you on with your intro?
Yeah, I'm done. I said the names. You know, when I say both our names, that's it.
All right, so I rewatched Before I Fall this morning, right? I've seen it once before and I really liked it, but I hadn't returned to it. But I saw there's a dude, some people had written about it online because it's like is Lindsay there?
Sadly.
It's like a
Uh,
YA novel. Have you heard of this movie or the novel, Lindsay?
What was it?
Before I Fall, about the
Yeah.
girl who dies and she keeps coming back the same day,
Yeah.
like Groundhog Day, but like with teenage girls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway,
it, just talk to people without introducing them first, especially if they ain't been on.
well, no, that's okay. Introduce her, Nate.
Damn. No, it's a friend of the pod, Lindsay.
Hi.
Ly. Anyway, I watched it the first time and I really liked it. You know what I'm saying? And then
Mhm.
I read some stuff. Some people said
No,
dude dude wrote about it. He called it one of his favorite movies. It's such a weird movie, right? Because it's like a movie for like teenage girls. People don't take it seriously. But he was talking about how much it meant to him and how much he saw himself in it. That kind of stuff. He's good, really good writing. So I decided I was like, let me watch this again because I really liked it the first time. Let me try it again. I watched it this morning. That shit, that knocks, bro. I cried at the end, man. I ain't cried in a movie in a month.
Is it anything like Netflix or Hulu?
It's on Amazon Prime. That's how I saw
you
it.
cry too much.
Hey, run me that password so I can watch.
I'll see if I can get to you this week. I need to check and make sure because I don't want you messing up my queue.
Okay.
I go in there and it's like I got some movies missing I ain't seen yet. All of a sudden, but yeah, that shit knocks, bro.
Let me check.
It's I mean the ending is so beautiful, dude. How it ends, it's like there's a montage bit. I was tearing up as it was ending because it was like I knew what was about to happen and it was real emotional. And then the voiceover kicks in and they show like the montage and I was like, man, that got me, bro. I started crying. I was like, I was like, I gotta stop listening. I gotta stop watching this kind of stuff.
You gotta stop crying. That's first.
I ain't cried in a movie in a minute. It's been like months since I cried in a movie.
Oh well. That man said months like it's years. Like
I mean, I ain't cried in a movie since like what, like May?
it's been 2 months since I blubbered at her.
You don't cry, Nate?
Y'all remember that
No
time I
man.
cried on Fruitvale and the end started?
Yeah, yeah. I would have been cool if she didn't start crying, but then she started crying. I was like, damn.
Did she cry at Logan too? She should be crying.
What you
Did she
mean?
really?
When you with us?
I wasn't up for that.
Oh, that was Ian.
I watched Logan with my family.
Ian a little baby boy.
I mean, I probably did cry, but
What you mean?
You cried at Logan.
I did not cry at Logan.
You definitely cried. I looked over, you had a tear.
Cry at Logan.
You definitely had a tear.
Nate, I did not cry at that movie. Nate,
Somebody,
I would admit if I cried. I always do. I did not cry at Logan.
you cried at Logan, bro.
I did not. I did get a little glassy eyed thinking about Dark Phoenix though.
That's okay. See, I'm not doing this with you.
I got a little glassy eyed. I was like, man, I can't wait to see it on DVD. And I was just thinking about the end. I was like, man, that's beautiful, man. And then I was like, that's great. You know what I mean?
So Joker coming out with another trailer Tuesday.
I got a feeling that movie is gonna like get good reviews and people gonna really, like Kaleidophiles, they're gonna really hype it, and it's gonna make a lot of money. And I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna be like, I don't like this. I just have a feeling. You know what I mean?
That's a weird feeling to have, but it leads to your nature of I think I know more than everybody
Yeah,
else.
because if nothing else, at least low expectations. Because that's how I kind of felt going into Once Upon a Time. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And I walked out. I was like, oh, I love that. I really love that. So
I could
it
was
can
gonna
only
love.
go up. It's not a bad thing to have. It's like I go in feeling apprehensive about it, and I come out if it's great, then that's even better. You know,
It's just a weird feeling to have a feeling about something before you watch it.
it's just like when I watch a trailer, I'm just like, I don't. This doesn't look like something that I would really enjoy.
You love all them old '70s movies about New York. Why would you not love them? It feels like
We've
Taxi
already had
Driver.
this. We already
And
had this.
it feels
We
like
we ain't doing that.
all them
We
other.
already had this conversation
It's
before.
like Taxi Driver and all them other ones.
I ain't Nate. It sure is. Um. Anyway, you watch anything good lately? Oh, I know y'all been watching Mindhunter. I got to
We
start.
watched the first 2 episodes. We are not going any farther yet.
Yeah. It ain't capturing you, or you just ain't been back.
It is. We just ain't been back. We supposed to watch Jackie Brown, but stuff be happening.
Jackie Brown, baby. Great.
Nick, get out the mic eating,
Crunching real good.
crunching up.
Yeah, yo, these nacho Lunchables is be hitting these days. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, bro.
What Lunchable?
Wait, you said Lunchable?
These nacho Lunchables. What you mean?
Are
Oh yeah,
you
they be hitting.
you a
I
whole
feel you.
child?
Where else am I getting? Where else am I getting nachos without paying like full price for like dinner nachos? They just like cheap little melted cheese. You know what I'm saying?
How you laugh into a bite? He laughed into a bite.
You know what I'm
But
saying? What's wrong with little Lunchable action?
you too old to be eating Lunchables, man.
I had a Lunchable for lunch the other day.
You too old to be eating Lunchables. Too.
Boy, you was raised on Lunchables. Boy, don't turn your back.
That man said raise. Yeah, when you get to an age, you stop. That's how that works.
They gonna be at the house and be like, I don't eat no hash no more. What I look like?
Hash? Yo, bro, I ain't had hash in so long.
Yo, hash be hitting too though. So don't be sleeping.
You still be eating hash, he'll be cooking. Come get it. You run in.
No, Hilda don't cook hash. Remember that was our mama doing that.
He'll do a try.
Hmm.
She had bones in hers, you be done. But look, uh, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I think Joker gonna be great. This end of the year, man. Cause now I'm excited for what was it,
Dr. Sleep.
Little Women. I'm excited for Little Women now.
I
Man,
saw
like,
they played that in the trailer in the movie theater as well, and I was like, "Oh, this works a lot better than that." Like when I first saw, it, I was like, "This look alright." Seeing it in the movie theater, I was like, "This look dope as hell." You know,
maybe you just have good taste. Did you think about that?
I mean, the environment definitely makes a difference. Have y'all seen Lady Bird yet?
No,
Are you,
I have
are you gonna watch it
at some point.
before Little Women? I mean,
No,
it means made by Greta. They both Greta's movies.
I don't care what she made first.
Man, you a weirdo, bro. For real.
I'm a weirdo. You eating a Lunchable
Yeah,
on the
they
podcast.
sell it in stores.
Nigga ain't no sponsorship.
Right. You gotta bleep them out.
Bleep them out. You eating this?
Go to Lunchable.com. Use the offer code placeholder.
Placeholder.
You get half off one of them Lunchables that ain't got the little juice in it.
Y'all capping. Y'all gonna get
Use the offer code PH.
Offer code pH balance.
All right. See,
See, we can't even
but
we can't
but
even have fun on here because
but bro, there's
oh,
some stuff coming out at the end of this year
that's great, man.
that looks like. Did you see that motherless Brooklyn trailer?
Looks garbage.
It looked good at first, and
It look
like,
garbage.
no, you know what it is?
It
It's
looked
so
better as it
beautiful.
went. What you mean?
I
The
thought I was
beginning, I
talking.
thought it was a joke. I thought it was a comedy.
But it would look so beautiful at the beginning. Then it was one shot in the middle. I was like, I don't know what happened to the cinematography, but that shit don't look good no more.
No, I saw that stuff started, and that man was stuttering. I was like, this shit look.
You know, he tried to get an award.
No,
He said, I'm getting an award.
it got better when Gugu and them and it got real serious. At the beginning, I was like, this a comedy? And then I was like, nah, this is just bad. But it got better by the end. I ain't gonna see it, but hopefully.
I love the trailer for the report with Adam Driver. That looks great.
It look cool.
It looked great.
The laundromat, that's what I'm waiting on.
And the Mandalorian trailer looked great.
It look alright.
Great. I'm gonna get that Disney Plus just for that. Oh, I'm gonna steal the show. I ain't decided.
I mean, it look alright. That
I think
ain't that I ain't signed up for that. That's all I'm saying.
You gonna sign up for that Obi-Wan series?
Hell yeah, man.
All right then, you hype beast.
I like Obi-Wan more than I like some random nigga in a Boba Fett suit.
You also gonna watch El Camino, that Breaking Bad movie? That look trash.
That trailer looks
That looks trash.
looks trash. You said
Yeah.
you don't know the history, bro. You ain't spent the time in that world.
I don't think it matters. I think it still don't look good.
Why you hating, bro?
Why I gotta hate? Just 'cause I
What's
don't like
one of
it.
the 5 best shows ever made?
You just like these Marvel nerds. It's like, oh, you don't like Marvel, so you hate. No, I just don't like this shit.
They be coming out bad, man. I don't know what.
Whose side are you on, Sony or Disney?
I don't care. Keep making them Spider-Man movies. I'm cool.
They gonna make them. They just ain't gonna be part of the MCU.
I could care less.
You love Marvel.
I like them. Whose side you on?
Sony?
Oh, really?
Fuck Marvel. And fuck Disney too. Shit.
It do be tripping me out. People like, oh, I feel so bad. Can you believe they're doing this to Tom Holland? I'm like, nigga, it's business. Chill out.
That nigga's rich. Like, fuck, he'll be alright.
Yeah, he'll still be in the movie.
Right. He ain't not Spider Man. He just ain't not Spider Man with all them other niggas. He just gonna have his own shit.
Only thing I do be getting upset about, I'm like, look, bro, go buy some comic books. Like, chill out. Like, leave me alone.
Right. There's plenty of stories to tell that he was by himself.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, in general, to go buy the comic books. Like, stop spending all your money on movies.
No, you don't want reading comic books in 2019, my guy.
Mostly adults reading comic books these days. Anyway,
All right.
what's wrong with y'all?
Huh?
What's wrong with y'all?
None of the
Just
chewing.
crunching.
Oh, my fault. I gotta eat, y'all. Damn.
This podcast crazy.
Podcast whack as fuck.
Every-
I ain't got no itinerary like I used to.
I told you we could talk about ready or not, but y'all ain't.
He ain't got no cool. But what's going on, man? With some things you got? What some shit's called? Topics? Yeah, them.
I saw Where'd You Go Bernadette on Thursday.
Why you went to see that?
It's a Richard Linklater movie.
I don't think he heard you.
Is it good?
It's really good. Really sweet movie.
We got like 50 of them books at work. I was like, is this
Oh, really?
Is it?
It's like a nice family movie. You know what I mean? It wasn't what I was expecting at all.
a nice family movie? Didn't she run away from her family?
Well, I ain't gonna spoil it, but you know.
Yeah, you asking for the end.
I didn't.
She had,
I want
she
to
had
see.
for a resolution.
Runs away and then they look for her. That's the literal plot. I didn't choke up.
But yeah,
This must be a blooper.
it is. See if I don't come here with
Let's get
stuff
in.
to talk about.
Let's get into this glow talk.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Season 3 might be my favorite so far.
I would would I agree? I think I might. I love.
It's either that or it's like either 3 or 2.
You know what it was? I completely forgot about that show's existence, and so when the new season came out, I'm like, oh man, I ain't kind of looking forward to this. Then I got the recap, right? Because Netflix gave you the little recap. I'm like, oh, I forgot about all this. Where she broke her leg and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then oh snap, and I was ready for it again. Then I watched that season, I'm like, this shit great.
People were saying this is probably the worst of the 3. I've been seeing that because it's not as much wrestling and it's more like soap opera. It's more about relationships and less about the show. You know how the first 2 seasons were.
Right.
First season was building up. They were like training for the first show which was at the end. And season 2 was about them doing the show like weekly. And then they actually aired an episode. Remember that?
Yes, I did say I missed the wrestling a little bit, but I love what they did, and I loved all the making the show stuff and the Hollywood stuff and the auditioning. I loved all that, so I think I love that more than the actual wrestling itself.
I mean,
So,
Justine and Sam's relationship is one of my favorites on the show.
and I love them being in Vegas because it was different, and I love that hotel they was in. I just like that season, and I love everything that was happening. And
How'd you feel about the LGBTQ stuff? There's a lot of that.
it was fun. It was around that time.
I love Junk Chain and Beirut's relationship.
Do you?
I mean, like, because they had a whole episode. It was like the second or third episode, and there was a third because it was the one when Sam and Ruth went on their little date together throughout the hotel, and then ended in the hot tub. they also had Junk Chain and Beirut. Remember, she wanted to get her hair done and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Beirut wouldn't let her go down on her and all that good stuff. But
What you?
huh?
Yes, nothing. But
I saw someone trying to scream on your podcast.
um, I'm trying to think. Oh, I love Bash in this season. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Before we get to Bash, let's get on the Beirut thing.
What about it?
I loved them together. That was a great episode, and they kept fleshing it out throughout. Like when she was like, I don't know if I want to be have a girlfriend. Then she comes out as gay at the end, finally saying like, I like women, and just like them two together, like Junk Chain, the Mexican Junk Chain, and the first and like when she came in the second season, I was like, she cool. This season, I was like, man, I need to see her in movies. Like, she's really good. And I'm telling you, I was watching. I was like, she has like a natural screen presence that I would love to see in like motion pictures or like something bigger, anything. And then like Betty Gilpin is Debbie, still my favorite character on the show. Like better than everybody, I think.
I love the stuff that happened between the black junk chain, I think her name, and her dude, and
I'm
like
talking about Cherry.
yeah, all the baby stuff, and then he came back at the end.
Oh,
I
that I
love,
mean that was beautiful. I was like, I got a little teary up at it.
and you gotta stop crying.
I didn't cry. I just got a little glassy eye. I was like, oh, he's back.
But I love that. And when he was gone that whole time, I was like, damn, like he really didn't do nothing no more after that.
Well,
Um,
he was in that movie A Simple Favor that I love with Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, so he might have left to film that. Maybe
probably.
that's what I was thinking. But who knows?
Yeah. Oh,
It worked for the story though.
my favorite character in the whole show, and I wish he was in more of that season, was
Sam,
Sam. Every time he was on the screen, I love the show. I loved him so much. Like,
yeah, he's hilarious.
man, he's just great. And Mark Maron should definitely do more acting. And maybe he has. I just don't know about it. But
He has a whole show called Marin on on Netflix.
I don't watch that shit.
I mean, if you want to see him act more, then you can just
I
watch
want to
that.
see him stuff I want to see. Not
Okay, so that's what you meant. He gonna be
yes,
he gonna be in Joker, so you gonna get your opportunity.
exactly. And I didn't know he was gonna be in that until he said it about that whole Marvel shit. And I'm like, really? That's crazy.
Yeah, he wanted to work with De Niro.
And who don't want to work with De Niro?
I mean, people probably ain't clamoring for it like they used to. You know,
That should be still great. He better than 90% of these whack actors out today.
I mean, he ain't been in that many good movies in the past 10 years.
I ain't gonna hold you. He better though. But look,
I ain't arguing with you.
I love Sam. I really like the main bitch. I can't think of her name. Ruth. Um,
Yeah, Alison Brie's great.
I like Betty Gilpin's character.
I love her. She's the best on the show. She's the one who ever only she's the only one who ever got nominated for acting, and I think she deserves it.
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah,
Other
I
people,
think more of them should, but I think like if you gonna nominate anybody, it's got to be her. She's so fucking good on that show.
I think they nominated her because she blonde. But
Well, she is very attractive, but it's like also because she's working on a level that the other people just ain't. To me,
I don't I don't agree.
when I
But
watch her perform, like the way she like when she did the bulimic thing when she was watching her babies. You remember that part?
hmm
I was like, damn, she's good. And like even when she's like big and like be like reacting to people, like when she called out the stewardess and she was like, "Don't give my baby the pen," or like how the like the slick stuff, like when she's dating Tex, and he said, and she's like at that dinner and they say something slick, or he say something about not wanting her to be in the business, like the way she reacts, it's just like she's really just amazing, next level.
I think Bash was just as good as her that season. But
I mean, Bash is always good. I mean, he's just a great character.
no, he's just a great actor. So
Yeah, he's always been great, and this season he was really an asshole, which I liked a lot.
I loved it, and I was like, and everything he said on the episode about them like doing more, I was like, yes, you're right. Like none of y'all have to be here. Like
But
leave. If
but
you
that's
don't,
that's an unfair
that's
position he that's an unfair position he put her in
it.
because
Don't matter.
technically there's supposed to be three equal producers in the show.
It don't matter. His name on the thing, so he got seniority. It is what it is, bro. It's business. It's not emotional. It ain't none of the other stuff. It's business. So he's like, look, you can be down with this business or you can go. I ain't making you stay here. You don't have to stay these next 9 months, but you ain't gonna have no job either. So go on back home, figure it out. And you see she stayed in it, so that's how you know he was right. So that's all I'm saying,
But
bro. When you right,
also that moment when I love that moment when she's like when she goes in there to ask for the extra money for fortune cookie because she does the
yeah,
tables right. And he's like, I can't speak, I lost my voice. She's like, oh, you did, and then she says all that shit, and she's like, I don't trust you, I hate you. Like I was like, she is good, but also That's fair.
Age up at
And they're like, that's fair though. That's right. How could she trust him? And that's why at the end he was like, we got to have some permanence. You got to make me president if you're gonna buy this thing. And then therefore you can't just
and I'd have been like, no, I'm straight.
what you would have did what?
I'd be like, I'm straight.
Well, you would have made her president.
No, not after all the stuff you said.
I mean, he was in a weak emotional state at that point.
Just because he, yeah, he was.
What else? There was a
I,
lot.
lo- I love the Sam and what was Sam's daughter name?
Justine.
Yeah, all that's great.
Them, I think their
All
relationship
that's the best
together.
stuff.
I love them together.
All that is the best stuff on the show to me, and I didn't appreciate that stuff in the last season. Like when she was going to Sacramento, and all that, I loved when she was on the show, and
Hmm.
when he was with her, it was great. It was like
I
the
mean,
best.
that's one. I mean, that's one of the most emotional moments of season two that I just love when he's like, when her mom comes and she's like, they finally get along, Sam and Justine's mom, and she's like, she's still going back to Sacramento, and then he has to say goodbye to her, and she's crying, and they hug, and then she leaves, and then there's later in that, because I rewatched the first two seasons before the third. There's a moment like later in the episode after that when he's talking to Ruth in the ring at the end of season two, where he's like, you open your heart and you let someone in, and then eventually they just go away, but the space is still there. And it was like the way Mark said it and the way it's written, it's just like that's like it. It's such a lovely moment because he's like, I brought this kid in, I put it in my house, I finally like felt like a father. Like throughout the season, you see him like becoming more and more paternal and loving her.
A
Then she
father.
and then she has to go away again, and he's just like, that's what I invested in. Like now I feel nothing. It's just it was a. So whenever she came back, I was like, I love it. Like them together are great. Like they just have a great the way they talk and hang out. I just love it.
Yeah, I loved all the show stuff, all the audition with Ruth and everything. Just like, yes, more of them making a show, please. I love that stuff.
But I think you're gonna get more of that season four if they have a season four, which will be like, because Debbie has to create. They have to create new characters for the TV show, and they probably have to cast new girls, and they have to like set up for a new Glow show, and probably a better venue too.
Oh yes, we gotta talk about the ending episode where you don't know where everybody stands. Like, oh, girl going on the road with her brothers, and I love that because it resembles the time period. Because it's like in the '80s, it was just territories, especially in the early '80s or late '80s, I guess. Because yeah, it was still territories, but it was kind of like
I mean, that's I saw people write about it. It's like she's going on the road right as Vince McMahon's about to buy up all those stations and just make
yes,
it all and consolidate it all into the WWF.
yes, it wasn't about to be territories no more. So you
Yeah,
couldn't just
exactly.
go. You couldn't just go around the country to perform no more. You had to be in one of them because he bought all of them.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like, so it's like you gonna be part of the WWF, I think it was at the time,
Yeah,
or
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 WCW
what?
or something.
But it
Yeah.
was like, and so I think she'll come back when she realized. I hope they go into that. It was a lot of stuff in the season. I was like, please go into more like all the painkiller stuff with old girl in her back, Tammy. I
Hmm.
was like, please go into. I hope she gets addicted to him. I hope she like has a painkiller problem because that was the time period. Like wrestlers was addicted to painkillers, and I hope she get on steroids to help.
I think I don't I think that's over with because I think she's gonna become a manager like they were talking about.
Yes, I did like that too because they do need managers and like all the like I like the promo stuff. But I was just saying like somebody needs to get addicted to painkillers and maybe die. I think that's needed because it happens in wrestling. It still does with Chris Benoit. Well, we know why he died.
Yeah, yeah.
But Eddie Guerrero's heart stopped because he was
So I probably I kind of think Beirut's gonna kill herself. I don't know why. I feel like that's gonna happen.
that's hard too.
But I think the combination of her being like this kind of
Huh?
tightly wound uh
Huh?
lady and
You
being
said,
gay and in the 80s and a
you
wrestler, I think she's gonna do something
said
reactively.
what'd you say?
Oh, don't worry about it.
but but yeah, I want them to explore painkiller stuff. Because it happens. I want them to explore the territory business. I want them to explore like the independent contractors and all that kind of stuff. And like they don't have health care and all
I
that stuff.
mean, I mean they've already done that. Like season two when
It,
Ruth.
it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
All right, but with season two when Ruth breaks her leg, they go in there and they're like, Bash is like, so how are we gonna pay for this? Like how's Ruth doing? And they're like, we don't have, she doesn't have health insurance, so somebody has to pay for this. And then Bash looks at the rest of the wrestlers and he's like, do any of you have health insurance? And they're like, no, we can't afford it based on your contract and the fact that um, you pay for all our expenses, so but you don't have benefits, right? And he was like, damn. So he paid for Ruth's stuff. I mean, they have commented on it, like even the fact of like welfare queen doing the painkillers thing just so she doesn't lose her shot because she knows as soon as they say you can't wrestle, then she's out. You know what I mean? Like that whole scene is good. Kind of the monotony of it with like Ruth, how
No,
she's stuck
I
in.
need to see somebody doing painkillers every night before and after the show. That's what they were doing.
I saw someone,
If it's gonna be wrestling, it got to be wrestling.
well,
Like
they
for
ain't
real.
real wrestlers. Damn, they
Yes, they are. What you
not
talking
really,
about?
not really, but like
Those wrestlers are basically actors, so it's the same thing.
not quite. But
You don't know. You don't watch it.
yeah, because
You ain't studied like I do.
WWE just pulling folks
I'm
out
name like
who want to act. Yeah, you right. No, you're right.
yes, because The Rock didn't go to acting, and Dave Bautista didn't go to acting, and
I'm
John
not
Cena
saying
didn't
that.
go to
I'm not saying they
and
ain't
Edge
actors.
didn't and
I
Edge
ain't
went
saying
in
they
movies,
ain't actors.
and Miz went in
Ain't
movies.
none. Ain't
Went in
Batista's the
movies.
only good one that's an actor.
And
What are you
Hulk
talking
Hogan went
about?
in movies. What are you talking about?
I'm not.
Nigga,
I'm not saying they weren't.
most wrestlers would be actors if they could.
Most wrestlers are bad actors. Batista is like
It
the
don't
only good.
matter. I didn't say if they were
Batista.
good actors. I said they wanted to be actors.
Nate, what is that?
That don't
If
not
they're
prove my
bad
point.
actors, then they're not actors. They're bad
Nigga,
actors.
what? So wait, just because you act bad on me, oh well, I ain't in the movie then. You still making the money, you still an actor, even if you bad, that don't make sense.
Bro, I never said they couldn't act. I'm saying that WWE ain't pulling actors off the street to wrestle. You're a wrestler first, and then you become an actor.
Who said what? Who made that point?
So you really think that everybody in WWE was an actor first and then a wrestler?
No,
So what is you talking
that's not
about?
what I said at all.
Ain't nobody in
I don't even know how you got
WWE,
that point.
ain't nobody currently in the
What I
WWE is
said
probably a better.
was, what I said was, they're wrestling, which is basically acting. So they technically already are.
Nate, I'm not.
That's what I
Nate,
said.
I didn't argue that. What I said was there's a difference between WWE with like physical wrestling people versus what Glow has, which is a bunch of women off the street who want to be actresses who happen to have to wrestle for their job.
Okay,
Because
Ian, great. But they're still wrestling. So that does not negate the fact that they're still going to go through things that wrestlers do. It's a wrestling show. I don't care why they're in it. You still gonna need painkillers. You still gonna get hurt. You still gonna have to cut a promo. They still wrestlers at the end of the day. Are they not?
The only reason Welfare Queen did it because of something that happened to her back. I'm not saying that it won't happen. I'm not saying that that can't be the
Okay,
case.
then, so
But the point I'm making is the wrestlers do it because they don't have anything else to fall back on. They have literally it's wrestling or nothing. These people, like I doubt if Ruth broke her arm or like sprained an ankle, she would be like, I gotta get addicted to these painkillers because I can't
wait,
wrestle.
wait. If these people had something to fall back on, they would do other things other than wrestling, right? This is their last resort because they couldn't make it in acting, right?
Well, they getting paid really well in Vegas, and they got to be on TV, which was part of the appeal. These people
All right, all
remember
right.
when Glow was about to in season 2 when Glow was about to get shut down, they were like, we're filling out job applications to work at the mall and stuff. They can do other stuff and probably make.
A wrestler could. He could go work in the mall.
Well, but they're wrestlers first. They fell in love with wrestling. These women don't care about wrestling. They care about acting and being on TV. They're not like people who are like we're invested in the craft. You know what I mean? They don't care.
Damn, but that
Maybe
don't
Ruth
that does not negate my point
and,
though.
and Machu Picchu.
My point was never that they didn't care about. I know they don't. They wanted to be actors. I'm saying a wrestler is basically an actor anyway. That's why they doing it anyway, because you're still acting. But that does not take the wrestling part out of it
Nate,
because
I
they're
didn't.
married.
But here's
They're
the thing. I didn't disagree with you. All I said was that there's a difference between these women and real wrestlers simply because those men
no, it's
were
not.
those men were trained as wrestlers and those women were not.
They've been trained. They had the
They are
dude
not
in the
professionally trained as wrestlers.
backyard
They have
trained.
no.
And
They have
Ruth and old girl were trained by real
they
wrestlers.
have Machu Picchu, who is a descendant of a wrestling family, who is probably interacted with that world, who is like amateurly train these girls. She is not the two dudes who always come by who help them out every now and then. She's the one who's actively putting together matches, setting up what they can do and what they need to do for the match. That's Machu Picchu doing all that, and she's not a professional wrestler because her dad wouldn't let her. Remember, she just knows the world and she has the physicality for it. It's the training they get versus the training that a real wrestler would get is very different.
No, it's not
It's impacts the
actually.
body differently. What are you talking
They
about?
do the
They're
exact.
all in good shape. That don't mean they're doing the same stuff that the people they're doing in WWE. Not to the level.
Hey, what you think about the ending?
Anyway, before we
What
get to
you
the
think
ending,
about-
there's other stuff to talk about. Uh,
what else?
a lot of people don't seem to like Ruth and Sam together, but I want them to get together. I like them.
I don't like Ruth and Sam together. She don't deserve him.
Wow. Okay.
She don't. How you get mad at him because you didn't get the role? He ain't promised you that shit.
She probably was just upset.
He
I mean,
said you can come audition, and she got entitled and thought she
but
killed
he,
it.
but he,
And the
she,
other bit did
but,
better than her.
but wouldn't you assume that if you came for an audition, especially for someone you know who's in love with you, that you would have a better chance of getting the role?
And
I,
she did have a better chance.
I get the upset.
But his daughter said nah. So that's what it is. Like, why are you throwing a hissy fit and crying and yelling at that man because you didn't get a role? You ain't got plenty of them.
I
So
was,
that ain't
I
his
was,
fault. It's trash.
I was worried that he was gonna smash and then tell her. I was like, man, if Sam do this, he a real dirtbag. But he didn't.
Ain't no dirtbag. He got some pussy, bro. Man, y'all some cucks today, bro. I'm sick of this shit.
If he do that and he to go tell her, and then she tells him he loves her, and he smashed her, and then told her the next morning, I mean, he's kind of a piece of crap, you know.
I mean, he kind of was anyway. We know that already. We know that from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first episode.
But he at least, but I'm saying like it showed how good Sam was that he didn't. He was like, let me tell you, you didn't get the role. Do you still want to come? And
Let's talk about how whack Ruth is because how she acted.
I mean, yeah, I think Ruth was wrong to stay in L.A. and miss the show for Sheila. Like that's messed
Hey,
up.
hey, let me ask you this: why you don't want to hold women accountable?
I just said that's messed up. Ruth did a lot of bad stuff. What do you mean?
Nah, you got to say more than that.
I mean, I think Ruth was being unfair to Sam. I think Sam was right when, at in episode 3 when he was like, Ruth, you get in the hot tub. You know I like you. You've been hanging out with me all day, eating steak. I've been flirting with you. It's obvious. Either you
And she
like
used it basically.
exactly.
But,
He was
you know,
like, I like that he just came out and said he's like Ruth, I'm in love with you. Now you can stay in this tub and we can do something about it, or you can go away. Because I'm not
that's
trying.
Sam. Because Sam a straight shooter. Like he ain't dealing all that bullshit little game she be doing.
And I like that. I was like, man, that's real dope. Because I mean,
I'm talking about that.
because to me that's fair. Because like throughout that whole thing, I was like, it's obvious that he likes you, but you still acting like. Because when she came to the hot tub, I was like, Ruth, you know what you're doing. Don't do that.
Duh.
I mean, she knows he likes her because he tried to kiss her season 2, and she knows that he has feelings for her. And then for her to keep like acting like nothing changed, I think that's kind of weird. I think it was good of him to be like, look, you staying.
What about that scene at the end when she snapped for not getting that role?
I think she was wrong about that too. If she did truly love him, she should have, committed. But she was only.
She was only committed because she knew she could get something out of it. That's basically what it
I
is.
do think that's part of it, and I also think that she just figured that like it was going her way anyway, and so she was just happy about it in general.
I
So
just like trash. And what's the difference between her and
Debbie,
other than Debbie. At least Debbie owned up to her like ain't shitness. Like so when she messing with them dudes, like she like yeah I do that, and then it's for a reason, and I'm basically just using them. You trash too, but at least you admit it.
but she did like
Like,
text though. She liked text a lot.
yeah, and then she used them. So it's like
Yeah,
whatever.
that's fair. I'll give you that. I did.
It's like, but here's the thing. Like, I'm not mad at her for that because, like, at least you own it. At least you own up to it. Like, Ruth's still trying to act like she like so pure and like I'm not about like bitch. Like, you ain't good. First of all, let's talk about the acting part. You ain't that good, and that's why you wrestling. So now let's talk about the wrestling part. You need to do that show with her. And at the end, I keep going back to the end because it's so important. When Debbie was like, "Look, we got this opportunity. Like, you need to stop trying to go down this other road."
There's other
And
stuff to get to before we get to the end.
is it?
Yes, there's a
Is
lot happens in the season.
go ahead.
All right, you had the camping trip, the Outward Bound, was it? And then they all had the little circle where they were doing what was it?
You know I ain't liked it.
But what? It's a Jewish ceremony. What was it?
A Passover Seder. I don't
That's
know.
what it was. It was a Passover.
Oh, that'd be funny. I got it
I
right.
think it was a Passover. And then and she was doing the tradition. They were saying the Hebrew words and all that good stuff. And I love that she brought up like this is how I feel and this is the world I'm in. And I also like that Fortune Cookie was calling her out early and like you're very selfish and you just want me to get over this thing that you did. And then she explained why it meant so much, which was like she was a she was a genocide survivor, which is intense, especially for the time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked that episode. I mean, it was just like, bruh, all right.
Also,
Where I was like, well, man. where's the TV show stuff? Like, bro, where Bash? That's another line I'm playing.
This man want the Hollywood. He want the drugs. He want the death. He don't want the.
Yeah,
He
man.
don't want to see women finding themselves.
All this character development. Like, man, I don't hear all that crying, so y'all hugging. Man, whatever.
You didn't like how'd you feel about Sheila? I loved her progression.
I love that. Yeah, I think that was cool.
I
And
mean when she burnt the wolf costume at the campsite.
I love when the wolf walked up and then like and I didn't realize this, but Jazz had said something about it. She was like, how when she put her hand out and the wolf turned away and rejected her, like you were never a wolf, you weren't supposed to be. You're supposed to just be Sheila. And I was like, oh snap, that's crazy.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't think about that. I just figured she was dreaming 'cause she had passed out.
Yeah, see, we ain't deep enough.
Yeah, you're right. Uh,
Hey, I don't want to give you no son. That's all.
all right, look. Yeah, but I like when she came out as I love the switch roles episodes. I mean, like I said, Debbie working on a higher level than anybody. Her as I swear, I was watching her as Zoya, and I was like, you don't need Allison Brie. Like Ruth is not. Ruth was playing Zoya the whole time. Debbie came in, did it once, and did it better than Ruth has ever done.
Yeah, I think she played a better Russian. She was just like tall, like menacing. Like it was
Oh
just
yeah, and yeah, she's built bigger too. Like that's one of
yeah,
the difference. Yeah, she looks intimidating.
yes,
Wait,
yeah.
I think she actually works better as Zoya than Liberty Bell.
And old girl played a better Liberty Bell. Well, no,
Yeah, I agree. I was watching. I was like, yeah, it kind of looks like a girl next door type.
yeah, like
Crazy
she was
and
small and petite and all that kind of good stuff. And she was like the big Russian, like dominant person. Yeah, I love that episode when they changed the whole show. I thought that was great.
yeah, and the way Debbie was fucking with Bash because he didn't know what was happening. Debbie was like,
Yeah, and Baz started smoking cigarettes. And she was just like, man, I don't
and,
care no more.
and then Sheila pops in as fucking Eliza Minnelli, and he's like, I don't know what's going
She was
on.
like, bro, it's over.
Yeah, and that's the first episode. Justine's back, and that's when Sam is the ref for the first time.
The only thing I wish was they had more Sam in this season.
Yeah, because when he went to LA, he kind of just left it.
Yeah, like, it's like I wanted him to be part. I wanted him to like because one of the things I loved about the show from the very beginning was his involvement with the wrestling show. Because he loved it because like he was kind of like a failed director. Like he wasn't failed, but he had his time and he
Mhm.
kind of went away. And he really loved Glow, and then Bash took it over. And I was like, I love that, and I love them two together. Him and Bash, like that scene when like Bash snapped on him about like
Oh yeah,
you
he
gonna
was like,
be
I
here.
only keep you around because you supposed to fucking agree with me, right?
Yeah, yes, I loved all that, and I love them two together. Um,
Yeah, I mean they're great together. I mean when you, I don't know if they showed this on the recap, but at the end of the first season when he walks into that hotel and he was like, this could be anything. It could be the ring. It could be bleachers here and here. You have to have the imagination to see what this show could be. You know what I'm talking about?
who said that? Was that Sam or
It was
Bash?
Sam. It was Sam when they're about to do the first show and he's finding a venue at the hotel and and he
Yeah.
takes Ruth with him and this amazing moment when like Sam becomes a director and he's like I can see where the camera goes and where we're gonna shoot from and all this stuff and Ruth looks at him is like and he's like what are you looking at? He's like you're finally directing the show and then the second season is like every week so and so multiple films.
Oh wait, what scene I love from the third one was him and Justine when he went to the house and she was like, "Why didn't you celebrate with me?" And then he like, I've never wrote anything as good as what you just wrote today. He like so whatever they had that like they little blow off scene.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
mean they built that up well because Sam finally finished his script, and then he had Ruth, no, he had Sheila read it, and she was like, "The women don't talk, whatever." And then Justine was like, "I wrote my script. Can you read it?" And then they were like, "Yeah, it's really good. We should go."
and he was just like, "I've never wrote anything as good as that before, kid." And he was like, "I'm shitty and I was never that good." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" And I love all that, and I love that scene when like he sent her off when he was having a heart attack, like he didn't want her to see him that way.
Hmm.
I love that, and I thought I was legit scared. I'm like, oh snap,
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were gonna kill him too. I mean,
yeah.
if anything, I think he might die in the next season.
Why do you want somebody to die?
I don't want nobody to die. You was talking about death. I was just saying, like, if anybody were to die, I
You
could see
said
him dying.
him or Beirut.
Because I think they set up stuff in this season that's gonna pay off later on. Like the bulimic Debbie thing. I think because she's gonna have the pressure of being on the show, being the president, it's gonna get worse and worse, and she's gonna like have an issue. And the same with Sam. I think because he doesn't acknowledge it. He comes back and he's about to tell her, and she's like, "I want you to direct a movie," and he's like, "Well, let's celebrate, let's drink." So I think it's gonna.
Oh yeah,
I think in this next season that all that stuff's gonna pound up. Same with the painkiller stuff. Same with Ruth having to deal with what she's dealing with. I think
being
all
a best actress.
Uh,
Nah, she ain't bad. She just wasn't good for that part. And I'm like, bro, how you gonna get mad about that? Like,
which is unfair because she was like serviceable. Like she did the role well. I think part of it is just like you don't. I don't know what it is. Like I like when she was doing it, I was like she's good, but I get why they wouldn't choose her. You know what I mean?
because this is what Justine said. She was like, we need like she like Ruth don't look like a teacher.
I
Like,
I bet they're gonna get Debbie. I bet Debbie's gonna be in that movie.
no. I think they had already picked it. It was that redheaded woman that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
sitting outside.
They picked the redhead, but I'm saying like I think Debbie's gonna get a role because I think Debbie is a much better actress than Ruth is.
You think that in the show or outside of it?
I think in general, but I think Alison Brie is an amazing actress out in general as well. I think Alison Brie is a better actress than Ruth is, but I think Debbie in the show has proven that she is a better, more committed actress than Ruth is. You know, because Debbie actually gets work. She was actually on a show that people watched, and not only that, when you see Debbie act on the show, she's just a more natural in general. You know, than Ruth ever is.
Yeah, and she was already much farther ahead of her,
Yeah,
even on the first episode.
exactly,
So
career wise. And Debbie has no qualms about her place in Hollywood too, which I like. She's like
yeah,
nothing about her is like I want to be a movie star. She's like I know what this is. I'm going to so I got Bash to give me this job, and now I'm gonna like build this thing where we can just make whatever we want to make, which I think is super cool. Before we get into the final stuff, did you feel like there was a lot more nudity in this season than other seasons? There's a lot of naked people.
I don't.
Oh, because I mean, there's like naked dudes in this, which surprised me, and they held on it too.
Yeah, it was a lot of that. There's a lot of gay stuff, but I
It,
mean,
I mean, like I'm telling you, I was rewatching the first two seasons. Debbie gets naked. She's not even really naked. She's like taking a shower after she breaks Ruth's leg, and you see her in like the distance, and you see her naked, but you don't really
no,
see.
no, no, no. Actually, in that scene, she did walk closer to Bash. So yeah,
No, but she walked over and got a towel. You actually don't see much. You see what you see from her in the shower, and you don't see her again until she's wrapped up.
I don't think you. No, I think you need to watch that again.
All right, whatever. But that's the only nudity in season two, and I think the only nudity in season one is the first episode when Ruth is smashing her husband, Debbie's husband.
Yeah,
In this season, Ruth's taking off her top when she was like playing around with Debbie. Debbie was getting plowed by the valet.
yeah.
Melrose was smashing the prostitute, butt ass naked. And
And that terrible scene.
oh yeah, what? Oh,
You
you
know
talking
what
about
scene?
yeah when he was butt naked.
No, I'm talking about Bash and old boy.
Oh no, I'm talking about Melrose when she was smashing him
I ain't talking.
when she didn't know he was a prostitute.
Man, whatever to that. I'm talking about the other. That's other scene was crazy. And I was like, yo,
when
I
that
ain't.
when that first started happening, he was like, when Bass sat down, he was like, "You like her?" I was like, "Well, okay."
I thought he was just a cuck, or he was just gonna be like. I thought he was just gonna watch
Yeah,
them.
that's what I thought too.
And then that nigga got up. I said, oh shit.
He was big tripping, bro. I don't know what, but like I was like, I bet Bass gonna
Oh
kiss.
yeah.
Bash, I was like, Bash gonna kiss this dude, and then he kissed him. I was like, all right, cool. And then Bash was like, let me get some of
And
this.
he grabbed his wood piece. I said,
And he grabbed that man. He was like, "Hey, you grab mine." I was like, "Whoa."
wait, and Jazz, what you said about his mother?
Oh, mom, when she was like, "Keep him interested by any
Yeah.
means."
And I didn't know what that meant. But then I thought about it. That nigga been good because we remember in the earlier season with old boy. And we gotta discuss that too.
I don't think
Cause
I'm telling you, if you watch season two again, I'm telling you, if they said he was bi, I'm like, cool. I could see that. I don't think he's gay.
I think Bash was gay and that's why
I think he's
hurt.
bisexual. I don't think he's gay.
I think he loved that boy and I think they had been rapping and that dude died from AIDS and he was hurt and sad and scared because he was like, oh shit,
No,
I might get that too.
no, because if you watch the season before he realizes Florian died of AIDS, he's like Florian always goes to this address, so let me go try to find him. And he goes in, he's like, ugh, it's a gay bar. He looks uncomfortable, but even before he thinks the dude has AIDS. So I don't. So my point is, I'm like, he's not. He can't be gay. I mean, he can't be gay because he's afraid of this kind of behavior. It's not necessarily that he's afraid of the AIDSness of it. He's afraid of like the environment where they are gay. You know?
Well, you can still be gay and be afraid of it.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. That's why I thought he was bisexual. I was like, I could totally see him being into dudes. I just don't think he's a full blown gay man.
I think he was gay with Florian and he didn't accept it, but it was happening.
I don't think he smashed Florian at all.
I think he rapped that man
I think
like
him and
a
Florian
motherfucker.
were like really close, and then him like realizing Florian was gay, I think that probably was like, oh shit, am I gay as well? And I think him being with that prostitute, the reason why he was like so, the reason why him doing what little he did in that moment was so intense was because it's like he had never done it before, and he was just like, I think it was like him being so close to Florian, then finding out Florian was gay, and then him being like, oh snap, am I gay? And that's why he married Britannica real quick, and then he hadn't really dealt with it at all. And then at the very end, he did it with he touched that dude's he touched him in the wood, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I've never felt this before." And I think that was the first time he ever did it.
How we know that's all he did in that room though?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they did way more than that.
I think he took all that.
I think they all took everything. I think Britannica got split like wood up in there. She was London bridging it for sure.
That man said London bridging it.
That's what we
But
call it. That's what we call it. She
that's
she was definitely the
uh,
London Bridge.
y'all call it.
That's what we call it over here. 'Cause I know some girls who have been bridged. We just we abbreviate. We just call it bridged. But I know a few who've had that happen. So
You've been bridged.
I have not, but I know some girls who have. Nice ones too. Unfortunately.
But and then he was so sad afterwards. He cried on her lap, whatever. And I was like,
Yeah, and Debbie was like, "Let me use this."
yeah, she definitely was like, I'm gonna use this moment, and it worked.
She a smart cookie.
I don't know why she turned on text like she did though, but I didn't think he said nothing that bad to her. But
Yeah, I don't think he did either. I mean, but then again,
I don't think that, and that's why I don't think she really liked him like that though.
I think she did because I hope he's in this because the dude who plays Texas in Home Catch Fire, he's
And he's in Halloween.
yeah, he's the dad in
He's in a
Halloween.
lot of stuff.
Oh, he's in a ton of stuff, especially more now because he's such a great actor. But he's in Home Catch Fire, he's one of the best characters ever written. But as Tex, I love the moment when they were having the AIDS benefit, and he was like, and he came and found Debbie there, who was dressing like, who dressed dope. I love the way she looked, but he was like, she was like, I don't think you would have approved. And he says, I had a nephew once. He had a beautiful voice like those two on stage did. And like he didn't have to say it, he didn't have to mention it. You just know that he had a nephew who was gay, and something happened. Either it was AIDS or he got attacked like by like bigots or something, and he died. And he knew personally firsthand what it was like to deal with this kind of stuff. And I thought that was an amazing moment.
I love when shows and movies like give you a little bit and they don't say the rest.
Yeah, because it's such a like a moment like because you know exactly what he meant when he said it. Because it was two gay dudes on stage singing to each other, and the way he said it and the way he was looking at her like I get what this is, and I'm not afraid of it. It's just it shows how good of an actor he is, the way he was able to communicate it, and how good the writing was because you knew exactly what was going on. Did you
What?
did you pick that up as soon as he said it? It was like, oh, he had a gay relative.
I don't know what was happening, but I'm kind of weary on that whole like last part of that episode until the like all the stuff going on. So I don't even remember much of it, but I do remember
Skilla
some of
did
it.
her monologue, which was great.
Yeah, I remember that, but I kind of missed some details on that part. But what you think about the fire then?
I mean, that was sad. That was a bummer. I mean, like that was of the time. It makes sense. They're all gathered there. It's a bunch of like queer people. I mean,
Does the Beirut gay thing not feel a little forced to you?
it rewatching it, it comes out of nowhere. Like at the end of second season,
Exactly.
at
Yes,
the end
it
of the
does.
second season, she's just like hanging out with Junk Chain, and then Sam is like, "Did y'all fall in love when y'all were doing the show?" Which was in the episode before. They did like a dance sequence. She's like, "Yeah," and like that, it feels forced because it's like, where did that come from? But in season three, yeah, three, this most recent season, I like the way their relationship developed because they felt natural together, and most of that was because Junk Chain is just such a fucking phenomenal actress, and I was just like, put her in movies, please, because she's so good. But
I guess I was thinking about because like none of that first season would indicate that she was kind of gay, and I guess it
she
was
was
like
kind of like closed off though, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like,
and I guess it's underlined until like somebody brought it out, and that was Junk Chain.
and like I get it, Joe Chain is a beautiful woman,
But
but
is it just physical though?
no, because I think she definitely likes her. I also, like I said, I think it's mostly Junk Chain doing the work because I think Beirut's a good actress. She's in other stuff that I really like her in, but I think she's playing her character very like restrained, so you don't really connect with her really. But Junk Chain like believes, I don't know, like I believe in their relationship because Junk Chain makes me feel like she really loves this girl. You know what I mean? Like the way she
Yeah.
fights with her. There's a moment when she says like somebody's got to protect us. You know what I mean? Like the way she kind of like I mean, what was it? It was I think it might have been in the third episode when she was like, I don't know what episode it was, but she looks at her and she's like, "I see you and I just want to grab you and I love you. Like you're beautiful. I think you're like she's." Junk Chain says this to Beirut, and it's like it's a moment where I'm like, man, I believe that she says that. Like I really think she feels that way. So I believe in it. You don't agree?
Nah, I do. I was just like,
It does
yeah,
come out of nowhere for sure.
maybe a little bit. And I was just like, okay, because she was like, I'm gay. I'm like, all right, you saying that ain't gonna make it true, but I mean, I guess they gave you enough to like I can see it.
How'd you feel about the way they called out the other girls? Like the way the old biddy was like, maybe you don't want to wrestle with me. You want to wrestle with somebody who's a lesbian, or the way that Fortune Cookie was mad at Melrose for doing the Asian stereotype. Did you not care
Um,
about that or anything? What?
I get that. I get the sense, man. Then like with the whole backstory and everything, I'm like, all right, cool. It's a little.
I mean, it would be racist regardless. You know what I mean?
It was racist regardless, but that got you. I don't know, and it came from Melrose. So like, I guess because they was best friend, but like, she ain't shit. Like, so I don't know. I don't know what else you expected from her.
I mean,
I guess it was her willingness to play that role. Like, I want to be Fortune Cookie, and like she ran to that one. Like, it ain't like nobody gave that to her.
but
So I,
I think that same mentality that you have is the same thing Melrose was saying. She was like, you know how I am. I just be doing stuff and I don't be thinking. And then Fortune Cookie was just like, yeah, but that hurt. Like
but I was, but boy, I wasn't saying it like to just accept it. I'm saying it like you should have known I was capable. Like she's a trash human being. So
and
it's like,
that's exactly what Melrose said.
but Melrose, I was saying like overlook it. I'm saying like no, like
But
don't
but
talk to.
Melrose did say she was sorry though. But and Fortune Cookie was still like, nah.
Yeah, and like you probably shouldn't be talking to a person because she's trash. So it's like
Yeah, she is kind of a trash person.
it's like I'm not saying it to be like, hey, that's
But she is
Melrose,
but
get over it.
she's a good I think what I like about that at least it was like you can have people who ain't crap and who don't really relate to your struggle or don't really think about your struggle at all and they can still be close to you. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay, cool. But if you hang with trash people, you have to expect something like that to happen.
I guess so.
I'm, it's like, and it was cool. I love the whole backstory about like her. I'm like, all right, like I don't know, man. Like, all that stuff feel kind of forced, man. I'm just like, bro, can we just focus on wrestling in the show? Like, bro, like, I'm good on it. Like, and I love where they went. I love the whole mountain episode. I love the stuff with Sheila and the Wolf. I thought that was very symbolic, and I really love that stuff.
when she
But
burned her outfit,
yeah, I love all that. But I'm just like, bro,
I like Nine Wolf Sheila. She looked dope.
you,
She got a cool look and she's a much better actress than Ruth.
she, why do you hate Ruth?
I don't hate Ruth. I like Ruth. I'm just saying, like, I mean, even Ruth said it. She was like, Sheila's better than me, better instinct. She memorized it faster. You know what I mean?
I want to know why she became the wolf anyway.
I think didn't they mention something about her parents? Yeah, she did. Because Liza Minnelli. Remember when they went to that drag show for the first time,
Mm.
and he talks
Oh
to,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then
But,
she comes
but
back and he's like, and then she tells him about her past. She's like, my mom did something or something. She says something about it. I forget.
yeah, I want. I should pay attention more, but I ain't.
You ain't like the
But yeah,
drag show, dude?
he was cool. I thought he was there way more than I initially thought he was going to. I thought he was there for that one episode, and he was there a lot, like not in drag. I was like, dang.
See,
All
that's
right.
why I thought Bash wasn't gay. I thought people were picking up on the feminine thing, which is like, I get like, cause you can be a feminine dude and not be a gay man. And I thought him being like, oh yeah, I have a wife too. Him kind of flirting with Bash was him, and Bash being like, nah. I thought that was pretty set in stone. Like, Bash is not gay. Bash maybe like has a thing for some guys. He may be a feminine, but he's not a gay man. Cause I think he had like a very bad reaction, like a very negative reaction to that dude coming on to him. You know what I mean?
I just think he don't want to. He didn't want to accept it.
But it was such a like I don't want you in my show. Don't ever try that again. Like the way he looked at him, he was like, "That's disgusting. You think I'm
And
that?"
but here's the thing though, and they're still gonna be together, so it's not resolved. Like him and old girl,
Yeah,
like
they left a lot of stuff hanging for you to pick up later on.
yeah, yeah. So, but it's like I don't know. You might. I mean, he might like both, but he might end up with her and just be with her, or and I might just incorporate like partners here and there just to make sure he get his guy feel. Um, but I don't like her willingness to just sleep with another dude. I ain't like that at all. Like I was like,
I think it was. I think she's. I don't think it was. I don't think it was a willingness. I think it was like part of it was Bash wanted it and she wanted it too. But she was attractive to. She was attractive to the guy, obviously.
yeah,
And
and I'm like, nah, you gotta go.
I mean, most dudes would be like, "Get the nigga out of here. He out here complimenting my wife."
Exactly. Like when they walked in, how close they were, and he was touching them. I'm like, and Bash, bro, I was getting heated. I was like, Bash ain't gonna do nothing, nigga. Like,
That's because Bash was tired. He's like, whatever, bro. Like,
nah, and
because
he,
Bash are here like, I'm running the show. I ain't got time for you not wanting attention. I
yeah,
mean,
I guess he feel like, bro, if you just need to rap somebody, man, go ahead, bro. I don't care. Bro.
that's kind of it. Like, she out here like, he hasn't touched me in weeks, and he's like,
He like, bro, I'm busy.
I'm running 2 Vegas shows. You think I got time to just act like you the only thing in my life? We hang out all day.
Oh, and then when he got involved, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I forgot because the whole season I forgot he was gay. I forgot, so I was like,
The whole season I was like, oh, he ain't gay. He might be a little bi. He ain't gay.
no, he's definitely gay.
I don't think he's gay, but I
Hey,
think
that nigga grabbed that
I think
nigga
the show
wood, man.
I think the show's gonna make him gay. I'm pretty sure.
He grabbed a man's wood tip.
That don't make that man gay. Like I said,
What?
he might be bi. That don't make him gay.
Bi is part of bi is gay. You gotta have both to be bi. So that nigga's gay. He might not just be gay, but
Well,
he's both.
I'm, no. Well, being gay is being only attracted to men. If he were a man, you know.
That nigga like men. That's all I know.
You sound like Willie just.
I know, yeah, because he was talking about buying a thing. I believe buy is a thing. I'm just saying, if you grab another man wood tip, you buy or gay,
What if he grabs like ew?
huh?
He grabbed it. He's like ew. Get out
if
of
he
here.
grab, if he like you get out of here, I'm like, all right, well he ain't gay then.
But
No, he let it get
he
that far.
thought about it though. He was like, let me just check this out.
He kissed that man first. You was gay then.
I'm trying to
But
think.
wait, I had a question. I forgot what it was. Damn, I can't even think of what it was. But yeah, I don't know how that's gonna resolve itself because they still married. But
I think it's gonna resolve itself with
oh wait, I do got it.
she's gonna
It
leave
was that
take
scene.
half
It
the
was
money.
It was a scene he was talking to the woman from Rhapsody, and she was like, and he was like, "Bad shot production. I'm gonna add like flying circles, like flying motorcycles, and all that kind of shit." She was like, I don't think that's what we do." He was like, "Oh, then really? Wow." We said it'd be a shame to have to pull my money out, and she was like, you two are something else, aren't you?" I love that scene because he was like, "You finna change this shit,
I mean, he was kind of throwing his money around a little bit. He could at least heard her out, kind of compromise, collaborated or something.
bro. If it was going into the ground, he was like, at that point, I'm here to save it. I ain't here to compromise with you. I'm here to save your show." So it's like, I need to make the necessary changes. Like you can say a lot about Bash. He know how to put a show on that people want to see. So
Hmm, okay. I'm trying to think before we get to that ending. What happened? Anything else? I think in season 4 they're gonna have. I think most of the season 4 is gonna be Sam and Justine shooting the movie. Like I don't think Sam's gonna be hanging out with Glow Girl.
bro, if that's season 4, bro, I
No,
don't give.
I think season 4 is gonna be like Ruth directing the Glow show and Sam directing Justine's movie,
Oh,
and every once in a while they kind of come in contact with each other. I think that's
oh
gonna be like,
wait. You think Ruth really gonna direct the show?
yeah, she's gonna have to. I think she'll come in and be like angry about it, but I think she's gonna do it.
I think she's gonna lead the show and try to act.
I mean, maybe for like the first episode or two, but she gonna come in and direct. I think by halfway through she's gonna be directing that show. Also, when Debbie said she's the president of that network, I'm like, why are you still making a wrestling show? Like make a drama or something, and put Ruth in it. Like,
Ian, I think they're gonna do all that.
you think they're gonna make like whole TV shows?
I don't think Glow gonna leak. I think they all kind of like it now. I think they like the wrestle.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think they do too. But I think because Debbie's pitch to Ruth was you can now direct the Glow show, and I'm like, Debbie, you know she don't want to be a wrestler forever. Like just
and she also don't want to direct. She want to act.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, Debbie, just give her like a TV show to star.
Ian, I think that's a great point. I think all of them like doing that show more than Ruth ever did.
No, I think Ruth liked it because that was her only job, and she was like really into it. And then now that she's like,
Oh,
I've been doing this for like 2 years. I ain't got nowhere. I'm just still wrestling. And she's
and that moment she was about to get a real acting job and it didn't, and that's why she was like, man, I hate this shit.
yeah, I think that's it too. I like that moment when they did like it's our 50th show in Vegas, and then they did that like speed thing, like they
And,
basically
and she wiped makeup off. That was
yeah.
great.
And then they came back like, hey, it's show 200. Y'all want to celebrate? And I'm like, no, we got stuff to do. Like
Allison Brie be directing these episodes though. Some of them.
I mean, some of the direction, like this is some of the best direction they've ever had on the show. I was watching, I was like, man, this show really outdoing itself.
And Allison Brie doing it. This might be a whole new career opportunity for her.
Yeah, she did direct an episode. That's true. I
Yeah,
mean, most people who work on shows for a long time get to direct episodes. Emmy Rossum got to direct like a couple episodes of Shameless before she left. You know, so it tends to happen when you're a big enough star and you want to do it.
But yeah, I think Ruth will direct. I don't know though. I just wish she would like just leave off for a while. Just be like, I'm gonna go try this again, and then get like real down or whatever, or
That's
get
probably
on.
what's gonna happen. She's gonna come back to Debbie and be like, "Let me get my job back," and Debbie's gonna be like, "Yeah, of course."
We I think that was everything. How you
Wait,
feel
wait,
about the?
wait, 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 wait. Before we do that, I love Debbie and Ruth's relationship because the first two seasons they always kind of at odds. The first season they kind of hate each other because she smashed her husband. In the second season they getting a bit more close, but they're not quite there. And
And
then
then she break her leg.
exactly, but at that the next episode after that when they're in the hospital they forgive each other and they're cool again. And this whole third season was just them as like best friends, and I loved whenever Debbie and Ruth would just having conversations together. Some of my favorite stuff. And I agree with you. Not enough Sam. I wanted more Sam and Ruth because I loved them in the first two seasons, and it wasn't nearly enough. Like
More saying
after he told her that he loved her, he kind of dropped off the show a bit because Ruth was avoiding him, so they weren't really showing him that much. And then he left with Christine, and that whole episode with them in Hollywood, like you said, is very good because it's all Sam and Justine basically,
yes,
and it's
and
just
every.
them going to meetings, which was just dope. I love that.
What you feel about the Christmas episode?
Oh, great. I mean, that was the most wrestlingest episode, other than the switcheroo. But like that wrestling one was, I mean, that Christmas one was like all wrestling mostly.
Yeah, I like the wrestling, not the Christmas wrestling more. So I wish
You don't
it
like the
was.
gimmick, you just like because I like the little what was it? Was it a moonsault or a somersault that Ruth did on Martin
It
Luther
was
King?
a, it was a it was a moonsault.
Yeah, like I thought the wrestling was good in that episode.
Or a crossbody. I love how old girl was the Undertaker. I loved it.
Yeah, I was watching it, and when she sat up, I was like, oh, she's the Undertaker. Like
She's done.
she
Yeah, I
had all
love
the
it.
black on. I was like,
And it was like early like 1991 Undertaker. Like he ain't talk at all. Like it was
but
great.
this is like before the Undertaker would realistically exist
Yes, yes.
in the '80s. Yeah,
And maybe Vince was still that character. He might see that episode and still that character.
that's true. But I just thought that was a cool little nod because I was like,
Oh wait,
I was
wait.
like,
And
what
wouldn't
does
it
she
be?
remind me of? And then as soon as she did the sit up thing, I was like, Undertaker. I know exactly.
And wouldn't that be great if like Vince, if they get like a Vince, an early '90s Vince, and he watched it like, I want to make that character, and then like it's like a Quentin Tarantino revisionist history season.
I don't know. I don't know if Vince gonna let that rock though. He could be like, nah, because that didn't happen, and I'm not.
He almost
I don't.
dead. It
I
was
don't
fun.
steal.
He almost dead. He did still. He stole all them people from them territories.
But I'm
So
saying
it's,
like, I don't think Vince gonna sign off on that. He gonna be like, yeah, that's cool and all, but that ain't finna go in that show. You ain't finna.
he
You ain't finna use
he
my
see
name.
now. He ain't watching no Netflix.
His name finna be Mike McJohnson.
Yes. Yeah.
It ain't
Yeah.
finna be Vince. Uh, nah. I mean, I don't need that because they weren't. That was before people had cameras on phones, and that wasn't on TV. So how would he have seen it? You know.
He get somebody saw it and told him, man, I don't know. It's TV show. You can make it happen. But
I mean, I don't think it's necessary. I think it's just a cool nod to be like, if you recognize it, you know who that is.
a
Uh,
lot of them characters was recognizable.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's they all picking gimmicks, you know. Um,
Because Beirut is the Iron Sheik, slick.
Beirut
But
Sheik, I guess. She ain't as big though.
no, no, obviously not. It's the whole gimmick we talking about.
Yeah, but and now Beirut's a white woman, so
Yeah, but before the switch, she
yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah, I understand.
Hey, what? Um. Oh, I did want to make a note completely off of Glow. I think it's funny that that black chick from Love, who's like in that little singing group, she was also in Barry, and she kind of played the same person, and now she's blowing up in this new show.
She was in Love in the Singing Group. I know you talking about the British girl, right?
Yes,
Yeah, she's great on Barry. I don't remember her in Love at all.
she was in Love. She was one of them. You know, how they used to make the
When he had the people come over to his apartment and they were making jingles or whatever.
when they make the songs for the like movies who don't have a theme song. She was part of that group.
Oh, okay. I ain't seen Glow in a minute. I mean, I ain't seen
Yes,
Love in a minute. I need to
yes,
watch that show. I've
you
been,
do. Lindsay restarted it and then stopped. So
I've been thinking about it a lot lately because I was like, man, that's a good show.
I wish it went farther, but I'm glad I got what I got.
They said that
Uh,
I think Judd and them talked about they could have done more, but they Netflix didn't want to.
Netflix stupid, but I love them anyway. Um, yeah, I love how she played the same character. Essentially, she's like the fourth girl in the group.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand.
I love it.
What
And now,
what show is this on you talking about?
what?
What show is this?
I don't know, but the Hollywood Reporter did like a big write up on her like a few weeks ago, and she's on some new show, and she's like the main star now. And they talked about her story, how she got to this point. She's like finna be,
Ain't Barry
big.
great though?
Barry is great, and I'm ready for that third season.
Especially how the second one ended. Yeah, yeah.
I can't think of that girl name either, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. Played the same character on two shows, and I'm pretty sure many more. And now she's about to hit it.
You think Sarah gonna get that Emmy from that? Because I think that speech she gives to Barry when she's telling him about why she's happy and unhappy for him because he got this big audition. That's one of the best moments in Barry for me.
I guess. I guess she'll be nominated. I mean,
She's so good on the show though.
I just hate her character, so just like
That's
I don't.
a lot of people feel that way.
I
Uh,
kind of don't want her to win in real life, but that's not fair.
yeah, I mean that shows how good she is, how much you hate her.
Yeah, yes. I mean, she playing a very believable character. Uh, entitled millennial white actress in LA.
And Bill Hader, they say he the best part of It Chapter Two. So
Yes, I've heard it, like heard the reviews on that. And they said he steals the show, and some people say he needs to be nominated for some awards too.
I remember 2015, 16, Kristen, no, 17. Kristen Wiig was on Mark Maron's podcast, and she was like, I think Bill Hader is the best actor I've ever worked with. She was like, he's a legitimate genius. Because they did a movie together in 2014 called Skeleton Twins, where Bill Hader and her played twins. Bill Hader plays a gay guy, and she plays like a weird, awkward, closed off woman. And it's an amazing movie, and Bill's amazing in it, and so is Christian. But I was like, when she said that, I was like, I could see it because he's a genius comedically. But then seeing Barry and just everything he can do, I'm like, I think Bill is like one of like a generational talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's crazy how it came out of nowhere, right? Because it's just like you got this guy who's on SNL for years.
But he but
Um,
it but did it though? Because he was so great on SNL.
yes, no, no, it really did. Because for me only, I can speak for myself. He was off my radar for years after he was off SNL. Then he just popped back up, and I was just like,
But train wreck though.
yeah, but that wasn't the one that propelled him. If anything, like John Cena and LeBron took all the hype from that movie. So
I don't think John Cena's in that movie. Oh yeah, he was. He
he was definitely in it. He
he
was
was in
hilarious.
yeah, he was with Amy before Bill. I
Yeah.
forgot
I,
about
I, I think that was the real first John Cena after WWE movie. I saw him and I was like, wow, like he going for it. He got his ass up,
But yeah,
but
but Bill is really good in Trainwreck. He's really
he's
good.
really good at, but he's good in Trainwreck. But I was like, I ain't think of him like this. I feel like he got to another level. Like almost, I don't know what happened. Like,
I think you got to watch some of his indie stuff like Skeleton Twins with him and Kristen. Bill Hader is amazing in that movie, and I saw that movie and I was like, Bill can do this. And then he kind of just did like Trainwreck, and he did some smaller movies where he's really great in all of them. And then Barry comes out, and I'm like,
and
Bill,
boom, and now the world taking. And now I love everything. Like I go watch Conan clips. He's so funny on Conan.
he's
Like,
naturally great at everything. It seems he's a great writer. He directs some of the best episodes of Barry, and
oh
huh?
yeah, yes, he does direct very well. For somebody who don't direct much, I assume he feel like he got it. Like,
I mean, I think Kristen was right when Kristen said it. I was like, yeah, Bill Hader's great, but like a genius. She said it like like she's worked with a lot of people. She's like, Bill Hader is on a different level than everyone else I've ever worked with, and I was like, that's crazy, really. And just seeing what he's become, and especially I really like he's the main reason I want to see It Chapter Two now. I saw
uh,
I saw the new trailer in the theater. That stuff looked good though. I think it looks
I ain't gonna hold you. There's plenty of reasons why I want to see it. Starting with Penny,
oh,
uh,
of course Penny, but like I want to see Bill.
James McAvoy.
I mean, James gonna do his thing. He looked good. It's really for me. It's like Jessica and Bill. Like Bill looks great, and Jessica, I just want to see her in more stuff.
You know who don't like Jessica Chastain?
Grace Randolph,
Yeah, like, and I don't get it. It's weird.
she a hater, bro.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, speaking of Bill Hader, he's on the Ringer a lot. Well, he did a rewatchables episode of one of my favorite movies ever, No Country for Old Men. Love that episode. I watch it every now and again just to re-listen to it because I just love how they go through the whole movie.
Oh,
And then
Bill is so smart.
and then also he was on the Bill Simmons podcast and he breaks down Barry and they break down the Ronnie and Lily episode and it's great.
There's a podcast I listen to called The Movies That Made Me, and they interview people who bring in lists and they talk about movies on the list. Sometimes it's about specific stuff like I'm here to talk about werewolf movies pre 1980 or something, or they'll just talk about movies that inspire them in general. He came on and talked about movies that inspired Barry, right? And he talked about like movies I never heard of. He was like this like Russian movie that came out, and I looked it up, 1955, black and white, like 2 hour 30-minute movie. Don't know what it is. I mean, he was naming stuff that he was like, this scene in Ronnie and Lily, this moment was influenced by this Italian movie from 1947. This specific shot here, and I was like, this dude, he working somewhere else that I ain't got yet.
Hey, that's cool, but like hearing Barry talk about the show is different. But
Hearing what?
hearing Barry, I mean Barry, hearing what's that boy name?
Bill?
Bill Hader talk about the show
Yeah,
about.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, he was talking about it. Yeah, he talked
Yeah,
about it on the Bill Simmons. So
yeah. Bill be talking about like weird, obscure art films from like different countries that I didn't know existed. Like he knows.
I would,
Oh, what?
I would work for the Ringer. I think that'd be a great job. I do. I think some of this stuff is pretentious and they can come off douchey, like on the Big Picture podcast, like how they just talk sometimes. But like y'all think y'all know way too much. But every time Bill Simmons talks, I'd be like, yes, I love it because
Because
he's grounded.
he speaks like a layman,
Yes, he speaks like he don't know that much and he ain't trying too hard. He just talking about stuff he love,
but
and the rest of them
he's very
like
smart.
no, he's very smart, and I love his basketball. Like when he talk about sports, I'm all in. But like, but even when he talk about movies, like I love it.
But he's
He
smart.
makes,
He got good
but
basketball IQ.
yes, absolutely, yeah, he knows
Better
basketball.
than the
But
ESPN and Fox Sports folk.
absolutely, that's why he
Really?
ain't on ESPN no more.
You think so?
He,
You think he knows more about sports than commentators that people know more?
absolutely,
Wow, I didn't realize it. I don't think of him I don't think of like I know he's a sports guy, but I don't think of basketball when I think of Bill Simmons. I think of
bro.
like just like sports in general.
When he was on Grantland and he was on ESPN,
Hmm.
I listened to his podcast over anybody else's doing. I remember back in 2015, 14, I was listening to the Grantland podcast. I listened to Jalen and Jacoby. I love Jalen. Jacoby can be hit or miss. He kind of trash a little bit, but he have his moments. But Bill Simmons, he know his shit. He knows sports. Like I listen to him talk about NFL stuff, and I'm just enthralled in it. Like I love, and that's why I'm on the Ringer. Like so heavy. He got me into it because I forgot about his pod. I saw like a Ringer video pop up on my like recommended, and it was about Barry, and I was like, oh snap! I watched that. I'm like, why ain't you been listening to the Bill Simmons podcast? And then he talked about the rewatchable podcast. Then I started listening to them. Then I got on the Big Picture podcast, and then I got on. I downloaded the Luminary app, and so now I'm in the middle.
You finna subscribe then?
Yeah, and now I'm listening to this 3-part Tarantino thing where this girl talked to him
That's
about.
Amy Nicholson.
Yes, I just started that not too long ago, and I stopped it, but I'm gonna get back on it. So
She's a really great film critic, and she does a podcast with Paul Scheer where they go through the AFI top 100 films and they review all of them. They
really,
Yeah, it's really good. They did one on. I look, one of my favorites is the one they did on Do the Right Thing. They had one on Pulp Fiction that I haven't listened to yet. They got
what is this called? Wait, where is this?
it's called Unspooled. Look, it's on iTunes. Like the
It's
podcast.
on Luminary. Or you can just go to the podcast
You can go
store.
to the podcast app. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. But yeah,
Well, I ain't paying for Luminary either, but
I mean, eventually you will. But
I won't because that Quentin Tarantino stuff free. I ain't subscribing to nothing else.
uh, but yeah, she's a really good film critic. I don't agree with her most of the time, but you know,
Why?
I mean, she just says some stuff that I'm just like, nah. Cause I first came aware of her because she's remember that show The Canon I used to listen to.
Yes,
She was the co-host with Devin Faraci, the dude who got outed for being for what happened to him.
for no reason. Yes.
But yeah, she was the co-host, and that show went on hiatus. She started this new one, and now she's going through the AFI Top 100.
Is it just called AFI?
It's called Unspooled.
Unspooled?
Yeah, her and Paul Scheer, and it's really good.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, the Do the Right Thing when they interviewed Spike Lee on the podcast, which is dope, and he talk about the movie.
He was on the pod.
Well, they review the movie and they're like, now we have an interview with Spike Lee, and they call him, and he does a call interview, and he talks about the movie, and they talk about they just talk about the movie.
How you feel about the Maltese Falcon?
I think it's overrated. I've seen it. It's okay. I don't love it.
What about Pulp Fiction?
I think it's also overrated, but I really like it.
He's just disrespectful though.
I don't think it's like I think all the Bruce Willis stuff in that movie can be taken out, and I think it'd be a
No,
much
no,
better
no.
movie.
Hey, ain't no count. You can take out that whole part, and it'd be fine.
Are you telling me that, or are you joking?
I agree.
That Bruce Willis part, I think, is just the worst part of the movie.
I don't think it's bad at all. And
I
I've grown.
don't think it's bad, but I'm like, we don't need this.
You don't need that, but
Have
I
you
do
watched it?
think
Have
it's
you watched it recently?
yeah. I showed Jazz like from that part to the end not
With,
too long ago.
with the Bruce Willis bit?
Yeah, it was just on,
It's
and
not. It's not good, right?
no, it is good. It's just like you could just take that part out.
It's kind of worthless though, ain't it?
I ain't gonna say worthless, but
Because as soon as Bruce Willis get on screen, you're like, go back to Sam and John.
no, hey, that's no cap. I do be like, I could just stay with Jules and Vincent. I don't need this.
Yeah, or go back to Mia and Vincent. Uma Thurman.
I don't need that much either.
I,
I just like,
that's the best part. I mean, that's probably the best part of the movie. Man.
no, it's not.
But like, yeah, I feel you. I'm like, as soon as he gets on screen, I'm like, I'm just trying to get through this so I can get back to Jules and Vincent hanging out.
Ooh, they got an episode on To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
A lot of these movies I don't even know.
Which ones you don't know? They all pretty well known.
No, they're not. City Lights, 1931. I ain't heard of
That's
this
Charlie
shit.
Chaplin.
Ian, I don't know that.
These are
What are you
like
talking?
Hollywood classics, bro. I'm pretty sure I know every single movie they've talked about, even the ones I haven't seen.
So you know Tootsie?
Yes, that's Dustin
Oh,
Hoffman, the '80s.
oh no, you don't.
I haven't seen it, but I know the movie. He dresses like a woman and goes to work on a TV show. He works on a
Wait,
soap
is the
opera as a woman.
wait is the first episode starting at 1 or 100?
It starts at 1, and they do Citizen Kane, which is number 1 on AFI.
Do you agree that that's number one?
I wouldn't put it number 1 for me, but it's an amazing movie, so I ain't mad at nobody.
What about Wizard of Oz at number three?
Nah, well they don't go in descending order.
I thought they go 1 to 100.
No. They roll dice and then they like picks one is like, oh, it's 59. So now we're doing 59. Next week we're doing 72. Because Do the Right Thing is like 94, and Pulp Fiction is like 92. So they wouldn't have got to them by now.
Ooh, they got 2001: A Space Odyssey. Kubrick.
Have you seen that?
I want to see it.
I feel like you're gonna like think it's boring. Because I thought
I
it,
feel like I love Kubrick too much to think it's more.
the first 2 times I watched, it, I was like, this shit is boring. And then
That's
the
how I feel
third,
about Taxi Driver.
and then the third time I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. It's great.
Hey, that's how I feel about Taxi Driver.
You just thought it was boring.
A little bit.
I mean, I guess I could see that, but so much happens in that movie, and there's a lot of talking that I'm just engaged. And I think
It's not a lot that happens in that movie. He drive around a lot.
yeah, but it's a lot of talking, so I'm just interested in his words,
You know what? I get that, but I don't think the dialogue is that crazy to where it's like, oh, it holds me. It's like,
But I think you're supposed to get enraptured in the world. You know what I mean? Like the environment. I mean, like the stuff. There's weird stuff in the movie, like the Scorsese thing when he shows up and is like, you see my girl up there? She's fucking a nigger. Like I was like, whoa, where this come from? You're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull out a 22 and bust her. I forget what he say. He said I'm gonna shoot him in the face.
and that was him in real life.
That was him, and he was like, you ever seen what a 44 Magnum does to a face up close? And De Niro was looking at him like, I don't know.
This is my director on meth. But
But yeah, that and then the Sybil Shepherd stuff when he like told her, remember you don't like that bit when he goes
I know I do love that little talk. I love that.
and
No,
then
I do love that movie. I love that movie. I like it. But
that's fair, bro. I ain't gonna make you love it, bro. It's I
I
get
maybe I don't like going against movies that are like except like something like Forrest Gump. I just know that's overrated. I ain't even seen it. But
no. You
I
should
just
you should feel how you want to feel. If you don't think it's as great as people say, that's fine. I feel the same way
but
about
I
plenty of movies though.
don't want to necessarily even believe it. I don't even want to be saying it. So it's like, eh.
Yeah, but like think about something like The Master. Like people love that movie, but it's a difficult movie to get into.
And it's very slow. But I really like that movie. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman is amazing.
I don't know if did you see that tweet I did? I was like, yo, Paul Thomas Anderson this decade made The Master, Inherent Vice, and Phantom Thread. Like those are some of the best American movies of, and he made them all consecutively in one 10-year period. That's crazy.
What are your feelings about David Lynch?
Great filmmaker. There's some of his movies I absolutely despise, and then there are some
Because
I love more than anything.
you hate Mulholland Drive, right?
Fucking hate it. I really do not like that movie. I hate all, but my least favorite of his, he made a movie called Wild at Heart. It's terrible. It's awful. But he also made Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which I love, and Lost
Ain't
Highway.
that a TV show?
Well, Twin Peaks is a TV show. Then they made the movie, which is Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. And then just in 2017, they did Twin Peaks The Return, which is season 3 of Twin Peaks. So there is a movie of Twin Peaks, which is probably my favorite Twin Peaks thing. I don't like the original show. The new season I really like, and I love the movie. And I love Lost Highway. He did that. Straight Story. I really like that. I love Eraserhead. I love Blue Velvet. Like I love most of his stuff, but there's a couple of them I'm just like I don't like this, bro. I think it's bad. Have you seen any Lynch stuff?
No.
If you watch anything, watch Blue Velvet first. I think that one's easy to get into. Some of the other stuff is like crazy in a way that like if you're not ready or you don't know what to expect, you just might just dislike it off top.
I watched a video or two on him that say he's kind of weird.
He is weird. That's why I say watch Blue Velvet first because that one is easy to get into and then it gets weird. But the rest of them all just kind of just start weird, and if you don't know what's happening, you just won't. You'll just be lost the whole time.
Is that why you hate Mulholland?
I don't like Mulholland for a lot of reasons because I think he does. I think Lost Highway is a better version of Mulholland Drive, and Mulholland Drive feels like a piecemeal of different things thrown together into a movie. And but I ain't seen it since I was like 17. So if I watch it now, I might like it. Who knows? I hated it when I first saw it though.
We gotta take a break to pay some bills. Blue Chew, no, that's one. But
Ew. Um,
go to bluechew.com/pnh. But no.
but let
So
but let's finish up Glow, and then I was
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
something else.
yeah,
But
yeah.
go ahead.
Back on Glow. Are we at the end?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's I think they just did the Christmas episode and all that kind of good stuff, and then it was good or whatever, and it worked. And now they're going on vacation, which is weird. I never heard of a job going on vacation. I didn't think you just stopped a job or like it's over for a week or two. I ain't never
I
heard
guess
that.
entertainment business they have to like take off for the holidays, you know.
No, because
I mean,
nah. If you work at Sony, you're not. No,
yeah,
I
but
think you work.
that's what I'm saying. Entertainment, it's a residency. They don't.
Yeah, I
Show
guess
can
so.
only last as long as they're willing to put it on. And he says like we're taking a break. They're gonna take a break.
I guess so. So like, what are some of the things that what are some of the cliffhangers that everybody like left on? Because I don't remember some of them. I do remember old girl being like, you know what, I'm gonna go on the road with my brothers, and she just kind of walked off.
Yeah,
And I
you got Bash maybe trying to start a family. You have
yeah,
Sam about to start shooting the movie probably with
yeah,
Justine.
with
Uh,
just saying,
you have Ruth being unsure, and then you have Debbie being essentially being like, "I got this. I got us a network. I'm gonna be the president
and I
now."
want you to direct the show
Yeah, I mean that whole speech he gives is one of my favorite things on that of the season.
about like the road you got to take and all that stuff.
But no, that too. But it was also like she was like, "I'm gonna create an Eden for us to make whatever we want." Just this like idea of
Oh yeah, yeah. It's about like ownership and shit.
exactly. She was like, "We've been told no for so long. I'm gonna create this place for us to make what we want to make and just be the bosses and make our own art." Which is just like a lovely sentiment, especially for Debbie, who's like hasn't really been, like because most of the show has been like them having to deal with other people telling them what they can and can't do. And she's like, I'm gonna make this for us so we can make it together. And I also like the idea of like her doing it with Ruth, especially based on where they came from, where they started.
And who's going through so much, Debbie is going through a lot, and it's just like you're not about to be an owner and all that kind of stuff, and like you couldn't really fix your marriage and that kind of deteriorated, but now like you've come so far and you didn't give up. And she wanted to like give up a few times throughout the show so far. And then it's like to see her payoff, it's like, all right, now I'm the president of this shit. And she is conniving. And she did like use old boy kinda. And she did have to use some people, but I think and it goes back to what you're saying, like she don't really care where she is in the business. She knows that kind of business is fluid, and you might not end up doing what you want to do. Like QT wanted to be an actor, and he ended up as a director because it's just like, hey, I'm not an actor. So it's like, and she just kind of rolling with the punches. I think it's interesting about our girl going on the road. I love to see what that's going to happen with. I would love to see her go to different territories, even though in around this time.
It's probably gonna be I think it's when Vince McMahon thing's gonna happen. She's gonna be like, the work's drying up. So now I guess she has to go back to Glow. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, yo, you think that her and her brothers are also going to go to Glow since that same thing will happen?
I don't think they're gonna. I mean, Debbie's running it. She does like them, so maybe.
Yeah, and it would be the first guys in it. Well, it wouldn't be a female show no more than.
Well, I mean, it'd be like, who knows? Maybe they're just managers.
Oh yeah, I think that could be.
Or maybe Debbie starts a male wrestling show alongside Glow.
Yeah, because it is a network. You can have multiple things. So
Yeah, exactly.
you know how much money she had to jug from him to get that network?
I don't want like I don't understand what entails buying a network because they're like you have to produce television and you can't
Yeah,
and television is expensive. So unless she's
she
just gonna do a bunch of
she
reality,
took a grip from that nigga.
it took. I mean, that was 11 mil for that network. That man only
Yeah,
had 40. You know what I'm saying? She took
that's almost half.
yeah. I mean, that's a fourth. It's 25%.
Yeah,
That's over 25%.
I think he gonna. Hey, bro, I think he gonna kidnap her ass. But I think she gonna be in danger, bro.
I think she going I think she gonna get more into the bulimia thing. Debbie is a lot skinnier in this season than she has been in the previous two.
Yes, she was. And Mark Maron, I was proud of him.
Yeah, I think that's because he's just been losing weight in general in
And
life.
he said I'm gonna become a movie star late in life. You see I'm in Joker. I got Creed 3 coming up. He gonna be the main bad guy.
You serious?
Nah, I'm joking, but wouldn't that be something?
That'd be weird because
That'd be
I don't see him boxing. But
Mark Maron fighting Michael B. That'd be crazy, bro.
I mean Michael B be bullying that man. It'd be Creed the bully suit. His Mark's getting beat down by a man half his age.
You know what my ass and then get his ass with. But
I don't know if you listen to his podcast, but every time he has an actor on, he's always asking about, like, so how do you do it? How do you get better? I mean, that's how he does it. He's like, so what do you do to get into character? So I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this show on Netflix. I'm like self-conscious. How do you do it? I'm
how
trying to
do
learn.
you get better? I just want
Yeah,
to get better.
he does. I
Like
mean, every time he has an actor on, he asks about their process because and then he explains like why he wants to become a better actor. I'm like,
I
you
was
do this
listening
every
to
time.
John Burnt. I listened to the Walden Goggins and John Bernthal episode, and
Um,
he kind of does come off as like a little student. Like I just want to know, like
yeah, yeah. The way he speaks, man.
so freaking funny, bro.
His
You
voice
know what's
is
crazy?
just funny.
If I think Bill Simmons in 20 years is gonna be Mark Maron. They talk alike.
I mean, I don't see why Bill Simmons hasn't been on Mark Maron or vice versa.
Exactly. Like I think they're kind of close to the same person.
I don't know about that, but when I hear Bill talk, he's like, "Yeah, I like rounders, man." You know?
No, he does like I love the show, but I didn't think that it was that great. Like, do you think LeBron's gonna bounce back?
That's exactly how you be sounding, bro.
He had Stephen A. Smith on the episode on Bill Simmons last week. That was great. It was so different hearing him like outside of ESPN, and he still kind of had it on. Like he got it turned on, but he was kind of more relaxed and he was just kind of talking. It was
Hmm.
so different.
Yeah. Hey, did you see that the RDC world where it was like how Chick-fil-A workers hurt was when they heard about the that stuff? That shit's so funny.
When he had him, and she like, oh yeah, you get this shit on my face, man.
He was like, "You believe Popeye's got a chicken sandwich?" Dusty ass. And it was like, yeah, that shit was funny. But
He like, can I get a chicken sandwich? He said, is that it? I'm like, what you mean? Is
he
that
make me mad, bro. Who talk to customers like this? All right.
dusty ass place?
And then they started box.
And then they got the box. That shit was funny.
Them niggas is hilarious.
But what else was left off at the end? I know she was finna go to the territories. I thought there was some other stuff that I was missing.
We don't know what's gonna happen at the Rhapsody. Or is that the name of the hotel? I don't think it is.
No, Rhapsody was the name of the other show.
The show. We don't know what's gonna happen with them because they like he left and he pulled the money out, so they're stuck. I doubt they would set them up and not bring them back in some capacity. You know?
Yeah, yeah. You know why? Because they showed them at the end, and it was like, why would you show them if they weren't gonna be there?
I don't know how you incorporate them because they're Vegas people. And if it's going back
I
to
think you
LA,
bring on. You know what it is? I think you bring all them on, and you just make the production bigger. So now you got like dancers before the show starts and all that kind of good stuff.
I guess, but like she runs a hotel. You know? It's something different when you run in a whole hotel. Maybe that is it. Maybe he come. I guess because they're bringing a network, and there was that thing when she was kind of getting close with Debbie because she was like, "Let me show you how to move in this industry," you know.
Yeah,
So maybe Debbie does bring her own. Like, I'm producing a show, and I want you to create like a dance show, or maybe like an old school Hollywood show or something like that. Like you want it, you know.
I can see that. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do a Rhapsody, but I thought each individual girl had something else too. But I guess they just went off
Not
onto their vacations.
Not well. Cherry and her husband was talking about adoption. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, yeah, and I know what that is. I thought it was like more cliffhanger, but I guess not.
No, I mean like they were going home for the holidays. I mean, what Sheila was like taking more classes. Maybe Sheila gets a movie next season and she has to leave the show.
Oh, I love the whole thing when Debbie was chasing her through left through the airport trying to stop, so she got on her gate.
Hmm.
It just seemed like I was like, that's so funny to me how it was shot and everything.
It reminded me of Jackie Brown.
I would know that reference, but I gotta watch it.
You know, at the beginning when it's the uncross 110th Street and it shows Jackie
Oh yeah, a little bit. That's how
through
I
the
felt.
airport. Yeah,
But yeah, and then she told her. I love that last part about Ruth when she was like, "That's not my road. That's yours." She was like, you know what I'm trying to do." It's just like I'm not trying to direct no show. I'm trying to, you know what this is. Like I can't settle. Is basically what she was saying. Like I ain't finna settle for no directing job with you.
yeah,
I'm trying. I'm
yeah, because
trying to
it's
act.
kind of like it's like a charity handout type deal.
Yeah, at least to her, I see it as a great opportunity. But whatever. But I like it though because it's just like you know what I'm trying to do. You know I'm out here. You know how this all started. I love that because it's just kind of like I love how they ended with just them two. It goes back to the very beginning. Like if it felt like this season for some reason, if the show stopped here, like it would be fine. And I hope it don't. And I guess you got to write that way when you don't know if you're gonna get a fourth.
I mean, I don't know. This feels like a pretty non-committal season. Like if they ended after season two, like yeah, that's the end of the show. I can
No,
see
no,
that.
no, no, no. I feel that right here. I feel that right here.
Really, I felt that more with season one and season two. Like this season, I'm like they better get a season four.
No, no, I knew at the end of last year because he was like, "This is gonna be so bad for you." When they went to Vegas, I was like, "Oh yeah, all right, now how that's going." You ended it now. I gotta see. But after this, I'm like, "Well, you know what they doing?"
I
She
think, I
trying
think,
to
I
act.
think, I think next season gonna be probably the last season.
I would really. If I'm gonna say this, if Orange got 7 shows, and I think Orange one of the best shows ever. I thought about this for a little while. I think it's one of the best shows ever. If
Oh,
Orange got if
easily.
if Orange got 7 seasons, this should at least get 5.
I mean, I wanted to get at least like 5, 6, but I think this show isn't as big as Orange is, and I think I don't think they're gonna want to keep this show as long because like Love Judd Apatow was like we could have did more, but they didn't want to. So I think with this they're gonna be like, yeah, Glow people like Glow, but it ain't like Stranger Things. It ain't like Orange, you know. It ain't
And
big.
it's so much better than Stranger Things, though.
It really is. It's so much better. Um, Mindhunter probably ain't gonna get a season three. You know,
And I
uh,
already know 2 episodes. That's better than Stranger Things.
I mean, Mindhunter is one of the best things on Netflix. Period. So
Yeah. And Orange was too. We gotta have a real conversation one day about how Orange kind of like without Orange. I don't know if Netflix still here, man.
I mean, without Orange, I don't think we have people talking about inclusion in media. I think Orange is bigger than people realize it is.
I was thinking about that show, and I watched Broken Robot. He was talking about that last season. He didn't really care for it. He thought it was a lot of. He thought that they just tried to like end the season, and there was a lot left like
Did
unraveled, and it just kind of was clumsy.
did he
And I was
like
like,
did he like Endgame?
I don't know. I don't think he like Marvel movies.
Okay,
Why? If he did, he can like both.
I'm just saying. Uh, go
See,
ahead.
there you go. You mark man. But but he was just talking about this season. He was just, I think they just tried to wrap it up as best they could, but it was a lot of loose, and he did some things that they didn't like. He didn't really liked it after that 6th season. He really hated that 6th season, and I
The
kind of didn't like
sixth
it either.
season?
But
Oh, you mean the
but
last season?
the last season was the 7th season. 6th season wasn't the last.
Sixth season was them holding the prison hostage.
No, 6th season was them in Max.
Yeah, that was last season.
Yes, and this season was the 7th, which is the
Oh,
last.
okay. I thought you said last season was seventh season. I was like, what? But
The
okay,
last season, no, this last season was the 7th season.
got you. I got you. I got you.
And so I was watching it. I actually liked it a lot. Yeah, I think they tried. They had to do some stuff. It's like I don't think that they thought it was going to end with the 7th. I thought they were going to at least get the 9. And so you could tell that they kind of just had to do what they had to do. But I was just thinking about it. And I was like, this show, man.
I mean, I feel about Orange the way I feel about Spike Lee. Like, yeah, some stuff don't work, but I don't care. It's all great as far as I'm concerned.
I ain't gonna say that either.
I'm saying that that's how I feel. It's like Orange is the New Black is more important than however somebody may feel about it.
I don't know. I don't really care about a show as important. I care about if it's good or not.
No, no, I think Orange is great, but I also think it's. I mean, like if you think about the landscape when that came out, like that kind of show was revolutionary. That kind of show didn't exist before Orange. I
Yes,
mean,
absolutely. I would say that. And that's why I was saying, like, I don't know, like, it's one of Netflix's biggest. It's one of them, like, it'll last the longest, and it's one of the like biggest things they've ever done. It's
Nate,
like,
I'm going so far as like I don't think you get like Moonlight, The Get Out, Black Klansman.
Okay, no, see, I'm not with
I don't think you get those
you.
movies without Orange is the New Black.
I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling with you.
I'm telling you, bro. Orange is the New Black opened up like, oh wow, look at all these black and brown and Mexican and Spanish and people and like nothing, mostly women, gay women, trans women, all on this hugely popular show. I mean, if you think about pre Orange is the New Black, I can't think of one show with a black person in it, in the lead at least.
Fargo season 2. No, I'm just playing.
That's post as well.
It is, but I was playing.
Yeah, them all whites anyway.
I'm talking about what's the name?
Talking about Bokeem,
McGillen or whatever his name was.
yeah, old Bokeem.
Mike Mike Mulligan, whatever that nigga name was.
That man was smashing old one of them sisters. So
And then he got up popped.
unfortunately, she's great. I love her as an actress.
She looked like Anna Paquin, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
She's in
But
she's on Legion. She's great. Hope she's in more stuff.
but yeah, I just think we gotta have a whole conversation on the importance of Orange one day.
I think we did already back when they announced the final season was the seventh season. We did
Yeah, I
that.
know, but now we watched it. Well, I've watched it. I don't know if you watched it,
Yeah,
but
we'll do it after I watch it. I haven't
yeah,
seen it.
yeah, you need to watch it.
I mean, I gotta watch Mindhunter. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch. Man, I still ain't seen season 3 of Daredevil.
You can skip that one.
I heard it's pretty great.
You can skip that one. But anyway, about Glow, loved it. I think this was my favorite season, even though it didn't have a lot of wrestling. And I do love the wrestling in the show. But this is my favorite for some reason, and I don't really know why. I think it's because I don't know. I think I appreciated Sam, and even though he won there, and it's kind of weird to say, I loved it more that he won there because I wanted to see him more. It's weird, but I love the stuff with him and Justine so much, and all the acting stuff and the producing shows stuff, and I hope they do more of that in the next season. So
I think they're gonna have to. I love Debbie. She was hanging out with more people. She was just more like more. The first two seasons is kind of mostly Sam and Bash and Ruth, and this season she was like talking and chilling with a variety of people. I mean, there's a whole episode where she was just smoking weed with Cherry in her bed. I was like, that's dope.
they kind of switched spots. If you notice, Debbie became more the Ruth from the first season. She's like, "Come on, guys, we can do this. Like, we gotta make it the best we can."
Yeah, because
And
she was taking her producer job seriously.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
all the girls
and,
with her.
and Ruth was like, "Man, I don't give a fuck about this. I'm trying to be a real actress." So I think they kind of switched positions, and I just noticed it.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Hmm, okay. Watch any good horror lately?
Watching it go what?
Horror?
No,
No.
no. But no, I'm gonna be watching the horror. The only horror I'm trying to watch is it. Maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna get Lindsay in there because she capping.
Hey, I need to go back and see Ready or Not, bro.
Yeah, one day. Maybe on Netflix.
Chill, man. Go see them at theater.
It ain't my fault, man.
Well, go back.
You gotta talk to Columbus about that.
Go back. Y'all got free tickets.
If you
And,
in Columbus,
and,
Mississippi,
and
and
y'all
you
got a
go to the
refund.
Malco, tell them they trash what they did on the night of what night was it? The 23rd of August. Their projectors suck, and they couldn't show Ready or Not, and they gave us a refund and a free movie ticket. So it's kind of okay. But I just want y'all to go there and tell them they trash.
Uh,
He said, shut up.
yeah.
Go see the Peanut Butter Falcon and tell me about it.
They probably play that in Columbus if they have the Malco.
I'm not going back to Columbus.
Well, how you gonna see Ready or Not?
I'm gonna go to Toop, or I'm not gonna see it.
Or you could. It's probably gonna come to Hollywood premiere at some point.
Yeah, at some point. Might not.
It might. If It Follows comes there, I'm sure it will. Have you looked it up? Do you know if it's playing there?
Yeah, I looked it up. It ain't.
You looked it up tonight?
No.
It probably is gonna be
I'm,
playing there
I'm
next
not
week.
going if it is.
I know you ain't going tonight, Nate. Damn. It's probably playing. They'll probably play next week.
It
Peanut Butter
probably will,
Falcon. I
but
want
okay.
to see, but I don't know if I'm going. I don't know if I'm willing to pay that money for that movie.
What good things have been at the Strand lately?
I don't know. I ain't been keeping up. Uh, I should probably check in on that.
You still be seeing Willie at the Strand?
I don't see Willie at all.
So that man I didn't hit you up.
He hit me up. I don't see him though.
Why you don't talk to that man?
I do talk to him. I just don't see him. Yeah, I'm
You
probably gonna.
Cappy.
Yep. I'm probably gonna go see Ad Astra and IMAX because they dropped an IMAX trailer. Should look fire. And they show Ad Astra in the theater, and I was like, that looks great. I'm so excited. Um, yeah. Didn't you go see Hobbs and Shaw?
No, I never did.
It's probably still playing.
I'm sure.
Or you don't want to see it no more?
Huh?
You don't want to see it anymore?
I do. Just like, I couldn't make it, so it's like, just wait.
They don't go away after the first weekend. You can always go back.
Said what?
They don't go away after the first weekend. You could go back.
If I don't see it that first night, I probably ain't gonna see it.
Oh, I saw Good Boys. That was very funny.
They said that's really funny.
It was very funny. Yeah.
Who?
Ladies that was behind us after we got our refunds at the theater.
The ladies that was behind us?
Just talking about they ain't like good boys.
Did they say that?
The ones that were trying to get their money back.
I don't remember when they said they ain't like good boys. I remember the dude and his girlfriend.
When we was getting our refunds.
Oh, it was this old lady who we was getting refunds for the movie, and we was standing there because Jazz putting stuff up, and this old lady came up like, "Yeah, I want a refund from Good Boys. I did not like it. It was vulgar.
It was so disgusting.
It was disgusting. They were cussing,
The sexual connotation.
sexual. I didn't." And the girl like, "Okay, I'll give you a refund." I'm like, "Bitch, you paid for that ticket. I ain't tell you. You ain't watch a preview."
She said
Like,
that watched the whole movie and was like, I ain't like it.
she said that was the whole thing, and then the woman was like, "Y'all could you get your refill?" I'm gonna start doing that. I'm like, I hated that shit.
But you
I
but
want
you
my
got
money
you
back.
got to commit like she did. You got to be like, I didn't like I don't know what's coming out. Fuck. What's
Uh,
I didn't like it chapter 2. It was scary.
Scary, disturbing. It was long as hell. I'm gonna start doing it. Gory. Pennywise startled me, and they're like, "I'll give your money back." I loved it, but I appreciate it though. But that shit was crazy. She watched the whole movie and said it was bad, and they said, "All right."
Yeah, that's nuts. I'll be like, yeah, that's the price you pay. That's the risk you come in
Grotesque.
with.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
She snapped.
What'd she say?
She said it was grotesque.
It's good. It ain't that bad.
She don't like us. I told you.
It ain't that bad.
I didn't say nothing. That was Lindsay that asked.
That was fun.
You making her feel peer pressure to stay down here with us hooligans?
No, I was wondering.
Oh, they in here got big strikes in you.
No, 'cause I got fussed at yesterday.
You ain't get fussed out. I just asked you, did you like us? She said no.
Hey, you watch Sex Lies yet?
No, I'll need to though. I'm gonna watch it at some point today. I mean, some point today.
Say today. The
At
18th.
some point this week.
Oh, you gonna watch that in Jackie Brown some point this week too?
I think we're gonna watch Jack. It's kind of late. I was gonna say we're gonna watch it tonight. I'm at 2:30.
Yeah, Jackie Brown long.
If I go at 8, I might.
Yeah, you probably get in there at 8.
I'm probably not though.
Okay. Did you watch a Vigilante?
What is vigilante?
A Vigilante?
It's almost 2 hours.
Huh?
What is it?
The other movie I gave you?
No.
Well,
Did you read my script, nigga? No. So what you talking about?
You send it to him?
We ain't done
Where's my copy, bitch?
on the laptop. Well, you must sit there every day. We ain't on. We don't do a lot of stuff we supposed to.
Log into your stuff.
That man said 40 pages was too much. I said, all right.
Nope. Nothing.
off rip though, on your scripts, when you introduce a new character, you're supposed to capitalize their name,
I don't have to do anything.
and then no, I'm saying like that's
Oh,
practice. Like,
I've heard that, but I don't think I did it in this. So
no, you didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, so you know when someone's a new character versus when they're just there. So you
I didn't
capitalize the
know
first time you
if
write
they
the
went in it
name,
before
and then
and
from
they in
there
it now,
on,
they
from
knew.
there on, you just normal case it.
Wait, hold on. If they went in it before and they in it now, then they knew. Why I gotta say Saul? You know Saul went in the other pages because I ain't write him in there.
I mean, I don't know that, man. You might have
Tarantino said there ain't no rules and rights, so you can pretty much do what you want.
Who said this?
Tarantino, and he's epic.
But his bullshit. He be writing some bullshit.
It got him big, so I mean,
He wrote Dead Nigger Storage. And
what
said
you do?
and said it to Sam Jack. I can't trust that man. You saw that scene.
You love
My
Justin
house,
Bieber after
cause
he
my
said, "Run,
house,
nigga, 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 nigga."
cause my house is not storage for dead niggers. I was like, what? All right, he wrote this for himself.
Wait. What you love about Justin Bieber when he said, "Run, nigga, 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 nigga"?
What?
You love Justin Bieber after he made that terrible joke when he was like, "What do you get?" What he said, "A nigga's like a tractor.
He's
Run,
not.
nigga, nigga,
Now he
nigga."
said when you what happens when you chase a nigga with a chainsaw or something like that. Chase
Yeah,
a nigga with a chainsaw.
he said, "Run, nigger, 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 nigger." He enunciated like hell.
Oh no, he did not do it. He slowed it down.
Run, nigger, nigger, nigger. He ain't even said a run part no more.
Yeah. If he did that, his career would have been over.
It is. He just married to that girl now. He don't do nothing else.
He really don't.
How did he fall off that hard?
He didn't fall off. He just stopped making music. I'm telling. I mean, whenever he on a song, he be making hits. Have you heard his song on the Chris Brown album? One he featured on?
Boys, too many songs on that album to find his feature.
I mean, you ain't. I just that's the only one off that album I've heard other than No Guidance. I ain't listening to that crap. But he is great with Chris Brown.
Don't you dare talk about Breezy.
Yeah, them 40 track albums ain't hidden no more. He got to
It was
stop.
in the first time. What you mean no more?
You was the one who had it all on your laptop. You used to play them mugs. You used to
No, I
listen to
had
that.
like 12 songs I liked off that bit.
Yeah, Chris Brown fell off hard. That's what you meant.
Chris Brown is not. He just don't. He's album just too much.
Lindsay so offended. I heard her in the background.
He
What?
got a fell off. Hey, you know what Lindsay said the other day?
Some while.
She said Rihanna deserved it.
Whoa. Yeah, that's on recording. Somebody got that in the cloud somewhere already. So they finna leak that info. Yo.
No, hey, Lindsay on your head. You know what I said earlier about my script being 40 pages too long?
Yeah.
She said, you know what was too short? That little shit you wrote the other week.
Hey, she got me.
She on your head on the first time she on the pod. She said, I'm here. I gotta make a name for myself.
She also said Rihanna swung first, so I won't listen to what she got to say. I wouldn't take her too serious. She
She
talking
said Rihanna
reckless.
was scratching him all night. He just swung on her one time. He had to. It was self-defense.
She said, "Oh shoot."
Lindsay said, hashtag don't believe women.
Oh no.
I ain't say that.
The pod gonna get you. All two of our listeners are gonna be like, get her off.
Lindsay, one of them people who got a YouTube channel where they sit in front of their like toys and stuff, and she's like, "These women are lying."
in front of her action figures.
Yep.
She got the whole case backed up, posters and everything.
Got a big ass
I
mic,
hate
in her face.
men are being undervalued.
What kind of dogs I get?
You got Naruto.
My co-host
You got a
Willie.
Sasuke Uchiha.
We're doing a Baruto breakdown of episode 1.
She what was that other show? One Punch Man or something like that.
Yeah, that is a show.
She got all that. She got One Piece, all that shit.
His name was Max something.
Max.
Steel.
She got Max Steel.
Oh no, she doing throwback. She nostalgic critic.
She got Jet Jackson action figures in the back.
Whoa, throwback. R.I.P.
That dark.
It did.
Yeah,
With us.
you making fun of that man's legacy right now.
I didn't.
I see what you're doing.
He looked like Montel Williams, but all right.
Yep,
No,
We are. We just be on here shooting the shit.
I was about to say something like 30 minutes ago and I lost it. We start talking about Bill Hader.
Minutes ago.
It was a while ago, and I was like, as soon as we get in with Glow, I'm gonna bring it up. But now,
They got in the car and dipped on you. They in Jackson, but now what you talking about? His thought.
What?
None. Y'all just don't get my comedy.
Maybe you just ain't funny, bro.
That might be it too.
This shit ain't been hitting lately.
Lindsay, through this mic, Lindsay sound like somebody in the crowd who just be talking. Like you like when you on stage doing a show, ain't nobody laughing, and you just got Lindsay back there.
Got Lindsay
Ain't hitting
talking.
no more. Where them jokes at?
She built like a boom mic, but here we go. But
All right.
What you
That's
said?
it. Doesn't that mean she's skinny though?
what you say?
Doesn't that mean she's skinny though?
No,
What you mean?
does she built like a boom?
That boom, Mike.
No, what you call?
What I called him?
No, what you call me? What I said? You said I was built like when he was here.
I forgot. I don't know.
I bet Ian remember.
No, I do remember. It was built like a bison, wasn't
a bison. Oh yeah.
That was savage, bro.
You
That
love.
that was disgusting.
He tried to come up there and get better.
And fell out. She said he was on. She said that was disgusting.
That was disgusting.
I do this.
It broke my heart.
That was Manny Santos with Peter trying to be famous. Disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just looking at you.
He took it himself.
He did. He said, I'm good.
I'm funny, bro. They act like he don't get these Degrassi jokes, bro. They know what They know what I was talking about.
I know what you was talking about.
Yeah, Lindsay the one who didn't get it all, not knowing what's going on.
You drinking that juice pouch from that lunchroom?
No, I've been drank that.
You built like a Capri Sun.
I don't think I'm gonna remember what I had to say, but whatever. It's not important.
An hour ago, of course not. I forgot what I said in 1998. Well, all right then. Why you bring it up? But
why Lizzie sound like a squeak toy back there?
she do sound like a chew toy when they chew the shit. Yeah.
They sound like nothing. What he sound like?
He built like a bull terrier, but
What does a bull terrier look like?
I don't know. It's funny.
He always gonna ruin it.
Right, nigga, take the joke.
Well,
well, the bull mastiff comes from that ass.
He crazy.
So the Mandalorian.
I don't care.
You should. It looks great. Oh, you know what I'm excited for?
I don't know.
Mulan. That looked very different.
It looks like I don't care.
It looked altruistic.
I don't care.
You love old Asian flicks.
I guess.
Can't talk to this man.
I don't know,
He ain't a fan of cinema.
He and Hips Ahoy.
No. Hey, Lindsay say you put the hips in Chips Ahoy.
Cool.
I ain't say that.
It's very funny. She'll take it.
She said you built like a striped mite.
What's that?
It was Boo Capone on
Strike Mike.
on the episode of Roast Me. He tried to say strike match. He said you look like a strike mite, and they said what?
And they got on his head.
Yeah.
You like Guardians of the Angels.
You like Guardians of the Angels. Groot. I am Groot.
Y'all know inside jokes ain't as funny.
You built like the word chrysanthemum.
I'm just throwing that out. That's all. But that's good though.
Strike Mike ain't a
That's not an inside joke. That's just funny.
How is that not an inside joke?
It's just hooked on phonics.
Explain how someone who hasn't seen the video would know the joke.
He says strike Mike. What you mean?
How would someone know what the joke is if they ain't seen the video?
I just told you he meant to say.
No, but that's because you gave me context. If I did have context,
well, I gave you context.
Understood.
Why that matter?
That's because it's a fucking inside joke.
Who man is this? Inside joke.
All that digital. Go look at
right, go look at the shit. He acting like he can't see it. Like,
I don't think y'all know.
I
don't think y'all know what the inside joke is, but I'm gonna let you have it.
Jokes is a show that Shorts do on YouTube.
That's true.
God.
All right, but you got anything? You got anything else? You got anything else though?
Fuck the nigga. But I think we talked about everything. Yeah, I don't know, nigga.
So no.
Nah.
All right, cool. You want to end it?
We can if you ain't got nothing else.
Mm, mm,
You build like an air fryer.
oh, I know what that is.
Oh, I got that one. You don't know what a strike match is. You stupid. But look,
I don't know. I don't know what a strike mic is. But I
he
feel you.
meant to say match. I don't understand why this is so hard.
Oh, Nate, you got a blade lover?
A blade lover?
A blade lover. Oh, my bad. I meant bed cover. You didn't understand what I meant because I didn't explain it?
That's so not the
That's
same thing. That shit
crazy.
was trash.
That's nuts.
That's so not
I
the
cannot
same thing.
believe you didn't get
The
that
man
blade
said
lover
Beyblade
is
is
meant
bed
bed
cover. That
cover.
ain't the same thing at all.
Obviously, it rhymes.
You
Are
said
you
Beyblade. That ain't
stupid?
the same
Are
thing at
you an
all.
idiot? Lindsay, smack him in the back of the head because he's stupid.
L
Yeah.
for you. Try that again. That shit was crazy. That was nuts.
Oh, God. That's crazy.
That shit was nuts. Let me see. You said 4-leaf clover is bad cover, and you snapped for that one. You got Lindsay dead. She crying.
I can't catch my breath.
What you say, Ian?
Don't worry about it. All right, you ready to end it?
Oh, you ruined it.
Yo, he wrote himself for that shit. But look, it's the A Mike, Nate Smart. We gotta thank our guest Lindsay Reed.
She wasn't
Y'all,
really a guest. She was just kind of there.
yeah, she was just kind of here.
I'll be on the next one.
All right, you done?
I'm the I'm Nate Smart, the A Mike. This was Ian Smart, Dr. Ego Trip, and then the cut was old Jasmine Sales. You can find her at OG Grand under no, I don't know, but Cash App $sign it no, but it was the placeholder and the place is held. I gotta